What's going on? How you doing, Harmack?
Doing good.
My video window completely froze for State of the Streams, by the way.
Did it really?
I don't know why or what happened there. It just decided to freeze. So
What the hell did you do? You broke it.
I don't know. Let me go back to it for a second. Hang on. And now it wants to work.
Well, that was weird.
Must have had a bit of a PC hiccup there.
That happens. I mean, come on, how old's that PC you're using?
It's up there, man. It's up there, dude. How's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Been a pretty good weekend so far, or start of the weekend.
You sound
Well,
different. Did you get a different headset, or is that the same? Did you make any tweaks to your setup?
Not that I'm aware of. Why?
No, it's not a bad change. It's just you sound like, I don't know, like, I guess clearer?
Oh,
That's even a thing?
well, I did. I repositioned my mic and everything like that because I guess it was aiming the wrong way. I read it wrong.
Oh, yeah, there's a noticeable... When did you do that, today?
No, I actually did it yesterday. If you noticed it, I don't know if you noticed it.
I was, I think, watching your stream on my phone yesterday, so I probably couldn't tell. I didn't
yeah.
I didn't have decent, like, you know, headphones on yesterday, I don't think.
Yeah.
Not that these are really decent, but, you know, they're better than...
Yeah, a crappy mic and a good mic are going to sound about the same on a phone.
Yeah, it's better than something coming out of, like, you know, speaker, like little tiny phone speakers, you know.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Thank
you.
Man, right off the gate, man, right out of the gate here, we got 100 bits coming in from Mr. Del Griffith. Still celebrating Harma Pride Month, which has been going all month long.
That's right.
Here on the channel.
I can't say it's for what would it be now for August, because it ain't August yet.
No, the next show will be August.
Can't say show, man.
Oh, sorry, the next time we just chat.
I have to keep telling you this crap. Seriously,
I know.
Come on.
I know.
You know.
It's bad enough I titled it just chatting or State of the Streams show 7.
Exactly.
So, but thank you to Del Griffith for throwing down 100 bits already into the Bits for Beers jar. Harmack sounds like he's talking on a landline phone.
Do I really?
I don't think you do. Talk for a minute. I'm gonna listen to it on the show here. Hang on.
Yeah, God, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm talking on a landline phone. I don't think it is. No. Yeah, I gotta hear myself too. Let's see.
No, I just heard it.
Yeah, I know.
I just heard it. What he sounds like is tell the story. What you just told. You turned your mic around. You realized you had it wrong.
I turned the mic around. I thought I had it facing the right way when I put it on this stand, and it turns out the whole time it was facing not quite backwards, but instead of facing towards me, it was actually facing up in the air.
Yeah.
Like up towards the ceiling. And I was like, oh shit. And so I was looking online, you know, and I happened to notice someone they were showing a review of one, and they're like, oh yeah, and you put it on the stand like this, and then it showed like the volume knob for your headphones so you can hear your feedback, you know, your voice talk back. And yeah, that has to be facing me. I'm like, fuck, that wasn't even facing me. Oh, okay. So I turned it, and now it faces me, and I can definitely hear even in the headphones. It's like, wow, that's much better. Okay.
I think if he sounds like it's AM radio, I think it's to the point where you got to blame Skype a little bit. I think Skype kind of like decraps the volume, the voice quality, if you will.
It does.
You know, like
it really does. It literally it compresses the hell out of you.
Yeah. So I think if there's anything you're hearing, it could be Harmack. Now I'm sure he's only coming in mono. So I mean.
Well, that's all I have my mic set up to do anyway. Cause It will do stereo, but I don't have it set up for that because it'd be stupid
Not
anyway.
for a mic. I mean, unless you have two people talking, then I mean that would even be bad if you had two people talking.
Well, no, but it can do stereo. So like if you're like, if the mic was straight up and down, if you went to the left, it would go to the left. If you went to the right, it would go to the right, kind of thing. But why? So I basically have it laying horizontal. So it would just make more sense. I'd have everything set up to just make it monaural because, I mean, no one's going to care if it's in stereo.
All right. All right. So we're being told here to drink up by Del Griffith. So that brings us to our next part of our state of the streams here, where we unveil our drink of the week. Each day on my show, I know I do my daily what am I drinking, which all week it's been water. Very lame. So tonight, since we've already got bits coming in, and by the way, we have a new special for the bits. If anybody donates, if we get back-to-back donations, what I mean, say if Del Griffith donates, and within the next span of a minute, say somebody else comes in and donates any bits, we will do what is called a beer break, and that is where we will play the beer song and we will chug the bits. That will institute what's called a beer break. Some people on some Twitch shows call it a train, I believe it's called. Like when people donate over and over again, it's like a train of donations or something. But so this is kind of, I mean, I don't want to say I don't want to require it being 3 or something, because then I feel like I'm nickeling diming everybody. I'm just saying, a couple times last week there was one that came right after the other. So in the event that ever happens, and it probably will be rare, that will be called a beer break, and you will hear the beer song played.
Well, that's decent enough. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all right, let's do what are we drinking this week here?
I have got me a good old shiny can of my normal go-to Michelob Ultra.
Oh, I will match you, sir. But I've got it in bottle form. These are These are leftovers from this past weekend. Which we will talk all about here. If I hit my mic again. All right, so we've got.
I thought we fixed it. Oh, we never.
We did not fix it. We were going to fix it, and then we got intoxicated, and it never happened. So, all right, cheers to Del Griffith for kicking the show off in the first 2 minutes with some bits. All right,
go Del.
I got to get all my drinks in before 10 p.m. tonight because I have to go on a 12-hour fast.
Oh, your doctor appointment?
Got a doctor's appointment tomorrow for some blood work, and I cannot eat or drink after. Well, I'm supposed to go. I was trying to go at 8 in the morning or something, but I doubt that's gonna happen. So, we got another 10 bits. Should we give that as our first beer break? Do you think we should do that, Harmack?
Yeah.
Should we give people an example of what to expect?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go. With the beer song.
Oh, what is the malted liquor? What gets you drunker quicker? What comes in bottles or in cans? Beer. Can't get enough of it. Beer. How we really love it. Beer. Makes me think I'm a man. Beer. I could kiss and hug it, but I'd rather chug it. Got my belly out to here. Beer. I could not refuse it. I could really use it. Beer.
Thank you, Phil. I'm gonna have to put that on its own screen. I just realized that when I launch it, it comes over your face, so people got animations with it. I downloaded.
They didn't notice that I drank a beer with it. Yeah.
I guess you'll have to do it again. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you to Phil. He says, "Drink up, you sluts." That was 10 bits from Mr. UNC Phil. All right, let's say hi to the chat here. Since we got the drinks of the week out of the way, we've got Del Griffith, who of course we knew came in. He came in right away, threw down some bits for Harma Pride Month, which I don't know what next month is going to be. Harma Pride 2. Do we keep this tradition going? Do we keep it, do we keep it rolling?
I don't know. Maybe we could just call it Harma Pride, the return.
We've got Scales175 who moseyed on in there, said hi. Hi, Scales. How you doing?
Hi, Scales. What's up, buddy?
And of course, we got Phil. You could not forget about Phil throwing down those bits. You can catch if you're on the Slash Streams channel. Anything you type in the chat will go out. We will read the chat throughout the duration. If you, of course, throw any bits, we will read your chat right away. That's always been our policy. We'll shout you out. We'll read what you had to say. However, if you're also tuning in over on Harmack 1, you can also interact with the show. Harmack is carefully watching his chat. As you can see, he bent over to take an enema so he could see his chat.
I'm checking sound settings. Hold on.
All right. Well, he bent over to take an enema so he can properly see his chat. It must be very painful right now for him. Did you put like a mask over your painting there back there? What is that over that? What's that plastic sheet over the painting back there?
That's always been there.
It's like off the painting though.
No, it's because it's been sliding down over the years. I haven't taken that picture down and.
Oh well, you gotta fix that, dude.
I'll fix it. Don't worry. I always keep telling myself I'm gonna fix it and then I forget.
I thought maybe you were trying to protect it from coronavirus, so you put it like a little mask over it. To protect the painting, make sure no one comes over and slobbers on it or something.
Yeah, that was my goal.
That was your goal. Okay. We got a lot of things lined up for tonight, but like I was mentioning, if you're on Harmack 1, Harmack will be checking his chat throughout the night. He will read any comments that are over there. However, if you want them to, I guess, be priority read, we can see them here on the Slash Streams channel over here on Slash Streams Live. Any bits that come in throughout the show tonight, we split 50-50, so it's not going to just this channel. We're also giving Harmack 1 a slice. He did get some free beer last weekend, courtesy of your bits.
Yeah, I did, and food. It was pretty
got
good.
Beer and food. I bought, let's see, a ton of meats to cook out on the grill. We did a social distancing gathering last week. That's why Harmack was not on the show. Last week was because he was. Well, I take that back. He did make a 3-second appearance right at the end. I want to say you're there.
You were just finishing up by the time I got there, I think.
Yeah, we were wrapping the show up because it was myself and producer Eric. We played some Torchlight, I believe, on PS4, and we were doing the bits for beers. It was a crazy, crazy night. Again, thank you to everybody who participated in that. That was crazy. We did some bits for beers. Eric got extremely drunk, and right at the end, and poor Evil 1976, by the way, Evil 1976 was in here, and the whole night he was waiting for your arrival. The stream went on for 3 hours.
Oh man!
And we had called that you would probably arrive by like hour 2. So after hour 2 was over, every 15 minutes, this dude was like, "Where's Harmack?" He's like, "I gotta throw him some drinks," and dude was just throwing bits and everything, and he was trash. And then I think he passed out, and like 15 minutes after that happened, you showed up. And then
that's perfect timing, man.
And we killed the stream like right after. Yeah. So he waited up that entire time. I don't know how late it was where he lives. It was probably like 6-7 in the morning, I want to say. And he had stayed up the entire evening watching the stream, or the entire overnight, I should say, and he was drinking.
Yeah, I think they're almost 12 hours ahead of us. So
yeah, it's late there. It's late there even right now, technically. I mean,
right now it is like
it's overnight.
I want to say like 3:30 in the morning there.
He had just come back from a vacation too. He was like talking about how he was coming back, and I was glad to be back. And we barely saw him on the streams this week. I don't know where he was at. Like he made his appearance last Friday, and I didn't see him all week. Did you? Did he pop in for any of Let's Play with Harmack?
No, I didn't. And you know what? I was watching Scales' streams most of the week, and he didn't show up in there either. I don't know.
Scales would be the one to tell us. Scales has got the 411 on Evil 1976. Do we need to put out a search party again?
Yeah.
Do we need to start a hashtag Find Our Evil 1976?
Find our
Neville Kitchen.
Find our Resident Evil. Hello.
Find our Resident Evil. There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll pop in tonight.
You can only hope. I mean,
can only hope. Yeah.
If he does, great. You know, what are you gonna do?
So we've got a few things to cover today. We've also got, and if TP Poker doesn't show up, TP Poker has been at it all week on the streams. He's been on my streams. He's been on your streams. And every time he's got loads of Nia Jax jokes. And because we did not do a stream last week, we've got at least 4 clips submitted by Del Griffith of all these random Nia Jax jokes that he did during a few of your streams.
That's
last
awesome.
Week.
I can't wait to hear it, man.
So we've got about 4 of those jokes that were clipped. One at your request, I believe. I believe one even you were like, clip it, please.
Oh yeah, because that was hilarious. If it's the one I'm thinking of, yeah, that was hilarious.
I think it's in there. I've got a very easy way to grab clips now, so it should be easy to put them up. And then we do have our own clip of the week. We've got one from Harmack's stream over this past week of him playing Beyond Two Souls. We'll get to that in a bit here. And then I had a clip that just came in last night, courtesy of TP Poker. So we'll get to that as well.
Oh, God.
Also here in just a few minutes when we actually go through and talk about the state of our streams as we normally do. We just bullshit here on this show. We just bullshit. We just talk whatever comes to mind. There's also the and I'm working on getting this implemented into the chat where all you have to do is type ! Let's talk about, and it will queue it up to us directly in the order that they come in. But we have a segment here called Let's Talk About, and basically you just type Let's Talk About, or you can do hashtag or ! However you want to do it. Let's talk about. We'll take those throughout the show, and we'll talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. The last time I think we had one was Let's Talk About Tacos.
Oh yeah,
I think was one of the last ones.
Yeah, that was one. Yeah, and it came down to who likes hard shell or soft shell.
Yes, we had a big taco.
I remember that.
We had a big taco discussion, and there was another one that we talked about as well. So we'll talk about all of that. Just get those in. If you think of anything, just go ahead and chat up with us here in the chat if you are watching or listening live. I know a lot of people sometimes just tune us on and listen. Chat with us, guys. We'd like to hear what you have to say. We thrive.
It's feedback, man.
We thrive off your feedback, guys. You know.
If not, it's a short show. We just tell you what's going on with the streams and good night, everybody.
It's the length of this show depends on you guys. We basically have this show set for like an hour. We basically go an hour, and I guess depending on content, it could go shorter.
True, but it happens.
But we have an hour of our time picked out and dedicated for this show. So if you guys got something you want us to talk about, we will talk about it. If you want to shot anything, just say it. We can do it. It's just that easy. Anything going on in Harma chat over there?
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Okay. All right. So let's talk about our week.
Yeah, go for it.
You visited here at the studio last weekend.
I did. Yes.
And like I said, you showed up around 11 o'clock on Friday.
Correct.
And we proceeded. We had a very interesting socially distanced weekend. We did some late night grilling on Friday.
Oh yeah.
And we drank out by the fire. Social distance, spread apart, of course. Obviously. And had quite a bit to drink. I can't remember. You got extremely screwed up on one of those nights. Was it night 1 or night 2? Okay, it was night 2.
Yeah. Oh.
Now, I heard you were pretty messed up on night 1 as well. Like you were very bubbly.
No, that was no. That wasn't me. That was more or less your wife. She keeps trying to flip it as it was me. It was actually her. I was ready to go. She's like, "Oh, come on, just one more." She was doing that shit again.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So she kept me up. So.
Yeah, I heard you guys were awake until around the time Evil went to bed his time.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was
7 in the morning, something like that.
You didn't even need, you could easily see what you were doing outside to clean up. So.
I remember it got to like 5 in the morning and I'm like, dude, I'm done. I can't. Cause keep in mind, I had been drinking during the state of the streams or not, prior to that. The stream me and producer Eric had been doing, I drank during that, and I had at least, I want to say 4 or 5 from all the bits that people were tossing out. So you got to remember, I was drinking well before you even showed up. So whenever you showed up, I just added on to whatever I already had in my system.
Yeah.
So come 5 o'clock, I was like, I'm done. So I remember I walked up to my bed and I just flopped down and I was out. And then I think I got up around like 10, 11-ish, something like that.
Yeah. It was a pretty good afternoon too. I mean,
Yeah.
That Saturday night, boy, did I get messed up.
Saturday night was a little bit different. We started grilling obviously a lot earlier. What did we have? We had some chicken. We had some turkey
chicken,
burgers we made.
Yeah, some chicken, turkey burgers, hot dogs,
sausages.
Or sausages, that's right. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
we had some sausages.
And I believe we also had potatoes.
Yeah, my wife added some potatoes on at the end there and grilled them. And we're like, okay, perfect. We can start early, do some drinking, do some eating, sit around a fire for a little bit. Yep. Before you knew it, it was 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And Harmack was extremely messed up. He gave birth to about 3 different Harmackopedias that we have to add.
Yeah, I don't even remember saying them.
One was rectal something.
Oh, that was no. It was oh shit. Hang on.
I have them written down.
Instead of congestive heart failure, I said
congenital heart failure.
I remember that one. I was sober enough to remember that one.
Yeah, congenital heart failure, and then there was another one. Rectical. That's what it was called. You were talking about a reticle, which is like a cursor on a screen or something.
Isn't it spelled like it would say rectical though?
Retical, I believe is how it's spelled.
I swear I've always seen there a T in it. But
I could be wrong on the exact spelling of that right there, but it's. I definitely know it's reticle, not rectical. That's something made up or totally different.
I always thought it was rectical. I don't know.
It's not rectical.
I mean, well, like for example, for some reason, a friend of mine, for years when we were playing EverQuest, you know how when you can aggro an NPC and they come after you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was really new to the lingo, and for some reason, he was calling it Argo.
Was he like dyslexic?
I think he was slightly, but so for a long time, I was calling it Argo. They're like, what? Somebody actually finally said, what? I'm like, Argo. You know, when they get mad, you mean aggro? I'm like, what? So I actually stopped and I looked at the damn word and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. So one of those learning experiences. But for at least a couple years, I thought it was that.
I'll admittedly tell you that for the longest time, I had no idea what aggro meant. Like I was playing I didn't play very many online RPGs,
right.
Or MMOs, I guess. Like I did Final Fantasy 11 when that was out for PS2, and I betaed that. But then once the actual thing came out, I only played a few months of it. I don't know. I was supposed to get married at the time, and I just didn't have time to play with it because I just bought a house and everything too. So right. I fell out of that, and then World of Warcraft came along, and I completely missed that boat. And then Final Fantasy 14 came around, and we were playing a lot of that. And I remember we were playing in a dungeon one day. We were doing one of the dungeons where you have to play with other people. And one guy,
careful of what you. And I said to you, I go, be careful what you aggro down here. And you're like, what?
No, and one of the guys we were playing with, because I was the tank or whatever. They're like, oh, you got to aggro these guys, and he keeps typing aggro, and I'm like, what the fuck are you saying to me?
He's saying you got to hold aggro. You got to keep their attention.
Well, now
you.
I know what it meant because I think you cleared it up. You have to use one of the the spells basically that summon them to you as a tank.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, since the last, since the latest update they've had, or the last expansion patch they've had, it's literally now all you have to do, instead of constantly remembering to have to hit at least a certain combination to keep the characters on you, now all you have to do is just hit one button. It turns this shield or emblem on yourself, and then anything you do just triples aggros everything. So I've
heard that they've really improved,
it a lot easier.
They made it a lot quicker, I've heard, since we were last on it. I think to get to any expansions, you have to be close to level 50 or somewhere near completion with the whole thing. But like I guess they like sped it up by like twice the speed now, so you don't have to.
Well, it's not that they sped it up. What they did was they for especially like a lot of people like myself who I like to try new characters just from scratch. So it means you're starting the story over. Well, they realized that when these newer expansions would come out, people want to get to those expansions, and if they're not at that level yet, they still have to go through the story. And if you remember, the original A Realm Reborn, a lot of the story was just, it didn't have anything to do with what you were doing. It was a lot of side and fetch quests and stuff. So what they did was they got rid of a lot of the fetch quests and stuff like that. So then, so now you can actually
speed it up, Harmack, because we got some bits that came in. You know the rule around here.
That's what threw me off. Thanks, Phil.
We gotta acknowledge it here.
I do. No, but what they've done was they've streamlined the storyline to make it more easily accessible to get at least into like not A Realm Reborn, but the one after, like Heaven's Word, to at least get there. Because once you get to Heaven's Word, it's more straightforward story. So unless you choose to do side quests.
We got 10 bits coming in from Phil here. He says, "Let's talk about Frosty's Lion King picture because that was amazing." What are you talking about? Frosty's Lion King picture?
Frosty's Lion King.
Talking about Frosty, the former producer of our
no.
show.
I know that, but Lion King picture.
I don't know what. Oh, okay. So it's not gonna make sense to anybody else, and I don't have the picture on me to show.
Oh, wait. Take your drink for the.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. Somebody, I believe it was Skates, your roommate.
Oh, figures.
Put something in the or we have like this private kick chat going where like there's like 10 of us in this like just chat app. It's like WhatsApp, but it's just called Kick. And basically we're all like just chatting, and then like somebody posted a picture of Frosty like on like the, you know, where like in the Lion King where I think Mufasa is the lion's name, where he holds the young lion, the young cub up by the cliff. Yeah. Well, they cut out Mufasa and they put like Frosty, and he's kneeling with a bucket of KFC chicken, and it was out of like left field, and it was hilarious. Like it was that's the picture that Phil is referring to.
It's a sign that Skates has way too much time on his hands.
Which, by the way, our boy Frosty, who's again one of our former interns on our Escape show that we did, is about to get married. Which he is freaking crazy.
Never would have thought this would happen. I always thought it was going to be the midget in the Brachacho loft, personally.
Yeah, our little boy has grown up from the days of the Brachacho loft of him and his.
Skates is going to give his son away.
It was Taco Bell, not KFC. Maybe you're right. Well, fast food.
Oh, okay. It was Taco Bell.
Tomato potato, as Frosty says.
Ah, okay.
Tomato potato, Phil.
Right.
As our boy Frosty always says.
Unbelievable.
So thank you, Phil, for the bits. That was
thanks, Phil.
That was very kind, even though it cost me. I'm now down to like probably 3/4 of this beer.
Yeah.
So we did our Saturday thing. We did our grilling out. We did some drinking till over probably about 3 or 4 in the morning. We had to actually have to carry Harmack downstairs. That was interesting.
You escorted. You didn't carry.
Harmack, there was some lifting involved.
There was no lifting. I remember walking down the stairs.
There's pictures, and I did not want to put them on, but there are pictures of you being lifted off the ground. I sent them to you.
No,
Producer Eric was helping pick you up off the ground. You'd fallen right outside.
Oh, no, that's because I tripped over that stupid lip of the driveway. Yeah. I remember falling. Trust me, I remember that. That shit hurt.
Yeah, if you heard an earthquake at around 4 o'clock in the morning, it was Harmack falling on my property.
He's got in his driveway where an old garage used to be. There's a lip, like almost like a small little curb in the driveway, kind of where the actual frame of the garage would sit. And it was dark, and I thought I lifted my foot up high enough to get over it, and I didn't, and I tripped, and down I went. I was like, God damn it.
I just remember guiding you down these stairs. I don't think I've ever seen you that drunk, at least not for a long time. Had to be at least in
it was
12
one of
years.
those. It was just one of those nights, man. That shit was going down like water.
Well, just think about all the stuff we had to drink out there, though. Like we were drinking, we had a shit ton of White Claws out there. We had Mick Ultras out there.
We had Trulies.
We had Trulies out there. We were mixing all these, and then we had those foo drinks that my wife made.
It was like with vodka.
It was cherry vodka in like a snow cone.
Yeah.
Mix, but put in a glass. It was really good.
It was. I remember it being really good, but it affirms my realization that I do not handle liquor very well. I know, especially if I've been drinking beer most of the night. Liquor it knocks me on my ass. It always has. I just thought maybe, I was like, oh, it's a mixed drink. It won't be that. No, it just as bad.
I was doing pretty good. I had all that and came back down, and then our buddy Bitchard, as we call him here, he was like, let's play some bowling, and I'm like, okay. So I played 2 games of bowling with him. We always play for drinks, by the way. Someday we'll have to do that on a stream, show that how that's done. We have our whole like drinking game for this.
I'm up there and we're on camera.
Yeah, we'll have to arrange something like that, like a review or something. But like, I just remember the second game coming around. I bowled it was my all-time low, and Wii bowling was like a 112, and I'm like, I was seeing like 20 pins instead of 10. And I remember I looked over at him. I'm like, dude, I'm done.
Hit the ones in the middle, man.
I'm done, bro. I gotta go to sleep. So we don't drink like this typically. No. Every weekend. This is like seasonal.
Everything kind of came together, right?
Yeah. It's never been like this where we've had to watch Harmack try to not fall down the stairs, or I'm trying to bowl, keep him from my eyes from going crossed, and But very fun times. Sunday was a bit calmer, a lot different.
I have to admit, I did not wake up with a hangover, though I was tired, but I wasn't hungover.
Yeah, I was very fatigued by Sunday. Monday was even worse for me. I'm so glad I took that day off work, but when I did my stream Monday night, like, I had no energy whatsoever.
Oh, I couldn't. When you did your stream, I was already...
I did a 3-hour stream that night because I knew you weren't going to be there, and we fill in for each other when one of us can't do it typically. So I was like, I gotta go. I remember sitting down to stream, and I'm like, I gotta go 3 hours, and I'm like, I could go to bed right now. So I had something down here. I had a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. That's what it was. I went to Dunkin' Donuts before the stream, grabbed a nice coffee, and was chugging it while I was playing the game. And then I went to 3 hours, and I'm like, going to bed. That's it.
Yeah, I was already asleep, but I think I caught your first hour of it, and I was out.
Yep.
I actually woke up and with the phone saying your stream was offline. So
oh wow, damn!
I fell asleep watching it. I was cashed because I got up Monday because once again we were planning on not staying up late, and by the time we went to bed, it was
why did Sunday get so crazy all of a sudden? Sunday was calm.
We started doing bowling for beers.
Yeah,
that does it every
damn
time.
Bowling game. Oh my god, I forgot we did that.
Yeah, we did that, and that's what happened. And then, of course, the next day I had to drive 6 hours, so I was like, "Oh crap!" So by the time I got home, I was like, "Yeah, there's no freaking way. I'm gonna fall asleep during the stream. There's no way."
Thank you.
We got 25 bits coming in from UNC Phil. Phil is just throwing these bits like we're strippers. And I'm fine with that. Believe me, I'm fine. 25 bits. That's gonna do me for this one here. So, I will give that to Phil. Again, you can get the train going if 2 people donate within succession of a minute or 2 of each other. That will cause a beer break, and you'll see what happens when that happens. Here we go.
That was good. Oh, thank you for the bits, Phil.
Bill? Did you just call him Bill? Thank you for the bits, Bill.
I got a little tongue-tied there because I was trying to say bits Phil, and for some reason my mind went bits Bill. Phil.
So I am not drinking this. This is gonna go right back in there, but I don't know who brought me this Elliott Ness Great Lakes beer. That's a no.
Oh, that was Kelly did it. Drunk Kelly did.
That's a no.
You were gonna try it that night.
I was gonna try it on Saturday, which I'm glad I didn't, because then
right.
people would have been picking me up off the floor.
Yeah, you were pretty much like no more hard beer after we did the platinum.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had Platts on Saturday. That was another reason why I bet you were.
Oh yeah, I don't normally do platinum. I don't normally do any type of hard alcohol. So yeah, I was kind of out of my comfort zone, but I wasn't feeling any pain. So
Bill.
I was the next day though. That I get in the shower the next day, and all of a sudden I'm realizing, oh wow, I got scratches on my legs because they're burning like a bitch when the water hit them. I'm like, okay, now the memories are coming back. Got it. Your fat ass fell down.
We've got the Shadowcaster who's formed. We call him Chips on this show.
Chips, what's up, buddy?
We've got Shadowcaster, formerly known as Chips, Psycho Chips. Oh, that reminds me. We always have something when the Shadowcaster joins that we have to hit.
Oh, do we?
Well, if it loads. Where does it load? Come on, load. Load for me. Wait, here we go. Here we go. Psycho Chips. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Chips? How you doing, man? I'm glad you could be here, brother. We're just talking about our weekend. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing well this weekend. Sorry, we are doing well. We're just
Oh yeah, we're doing really good actually. We're just reminiscing about last weekend.
reminiscing about our crazy weekend. We're about to get to Sunday here and find out why Sunday got crazy. Sunday was a calm day that got kind of nutty by the end of it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. We started with Rockband.
Oh yeah, that's right. We played on Sunday. Yeah, we did. We played Rockband.
I found my guitars, my drums. I'm still trying to locate all the pieces to, but we did find the drums, or we found the guitars rather, and I found out that my Xbox 360, which I haven't turned on in months, maybe a year or two, had a system update. And so like I'm like, well, fuck this system update. I'll do this later. I found out that Rock Band, the DRM on Rock Band locks your songs.
Yep.
Into 30-second previews.
Yeah, we were like, what the
I'm
hell?
like, why does the song keep ending? And it's like, oh, buy the real song here on the Xbox store. I'm like, I own the song.
Yeah.
How am I able to play it if I don't own it? So all these songs were like unavailable. Like all these songs, and I bought like probably 250 songs while that whole thing was on. And like I'm like, but is it somebody locked? Did they? I thought for a minute, I'm like, oh, they did it. They did it. They screwed people who bought DLC finally. I was like, they finally did it, and no one's probably known about it, you know.
Yeah, like that fear that you have, like if you purchase a game, you'll if they decide to not have the license anymore, you can never use it again. That never happened, but
if your copy of Rock Band 3, I had Rock Band 3 on the Xbox 360. I don't know how if this is like the same thing on the PlayStation or the Wii even. I assume, I don't know what Wii people can do, because the fucking Wii Connect 24 has been dead for 4 years now. So that thing can't even go out and check DRM. They killed the Nintendo servers on it. So like, how would that thing, if you bought songs on the Wii shop, how would that work?
That's a good point. But even I think at that point, it's because most people aren't playing it on the Wii now anyway.
I know a lot of people who bought stuff on the Wii. A lot of people own the Wii version. They may not own it now, but back then they did.
I'm saying a lot of people who once did own it or played it like crazy, chances are they don't anymore. So no one's really gonna notice.
Yeah.
I mean, because everyone's kind of moved on from the Wii. Now that the Switch is out, you know, the Wii has just literally become a party thing.
I like my Wii. We still use the Wii quite a bit here. We use it quite a bit here.
It has still been our bowling for the past, 11 years?
11 years. We've played bowling.
For years. Best freaking bowling drinking game I've ever played.
A side note here before we go back to Rock Band. I would really wish there was some utility that could analyze a save from Wii Bowling that would tell you like all kinds of stats, like how many games you've bowled, how many hours you've played, and so on. Because we have to be in the thousands of hours on that game.
Easily.
It's been like, that was our go-to thing on the weekends for over 10 years. Like, when did that thing come out? 2007? 13. About 13 years.
Well, yeah, you guys were playing it before I met you.
Yeah, we played it a ton. Like, when we first got it, I got Wii on launch day. So when we first played it, we played it for hours when we first got it.
You guys introduced me to it, and you guys were just in the process of making drinking rules for it.
Yep. So yeah, with the Rock Band thing, like, again, just to kind of, back this up here, I had an Xbox 360 update. I bypassed it because I'm like, this is going to take a few minutes. I just wanted to get into the game. So we got into the game. I was able to get into the songs. I saw my entire set list was there of all the songs I bought. But we were going through them, and then I went, what song did you want to pick? What was the first one you chose? And it was like, can't play it.
What one was it? It was that one Antoine Donson song.
No, that was the 30-second one that it cut us off on. Yes, that was the 30-second one. There was another one, we tried to just pick the song, and it's like, this song is unavailable. And I'm like,
I think it was Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, you're right. It was Ozzy Osbourne. I'm like, what are you talking about? The song is unavailable. Did they pull the song from the store?
Crazy Train.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So then that prompted me to open up the Rock Band music store, which still exists. You can still open up. I just have it downloaded. It let me into the app. So I'm browsing through the store, and they're still selling songs on there, and it looked like you could purchase them, but they all show up as Microsoft points. That's how old it is. Like, what Microsoft doesn't do Microsoft points anymore. They do straight like PlayStation did. Just, cash. So I'm like, okay, well, they're still selling these songs, but if you go to Rock Band Network songs, those have all been pulled down. And that is where we got that Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife song was from the Rock Band Network. So I'm like, oh, well, maybe they won't let us play it.
I'll be right back. We'll go grab a beer.
All right, you do that.
I want to make sure I have one, so I know one bitches if they give out.
That's right. That's right.
I'll be right back.
All right. So
unfortunately, unlike my friend over there in that other screen, my fridge is on the other side of the room. It's not next to me.
Well, mine's direct next to me. I put that there for a reason because I knew
I could tell.
I knew I would be here. So yeah, so I went back to the game. We tried to load another few songs, and they would let us play the songs, these certain songs we chose, but they would cut us off after 30 seconds and said that we had to buy the track. And I'm like, I own the track. What's going on? So I ended up, I finally said, okay, I got to get this thing online. So I rebooted the Xbox. I did the system update, which it had 2 updates, I found out. And then Rock Band 3 had an update, which I haven't played this game in years. Rock Band 3 had an update, so I did it. And then finally, it let me back into my full set list, and it updated the DRM on the songs. But if you go offline and you have no way to get your 360 to connect to the network anymore, eventually your songs are gonna be cut off, which I find kind of shitty. Yeah, Shadowcaster. While we were playing it, we got 30 seconds. We were right in the middle of the song, and it was like, you've reached the limit on this song. Please make your purchase or whatever. And I'm like, I've never seen them do that in a Rock Band game. Man, I might play that tonight on PS4 since you're bringing it up. I would have loved to get Rock Band on the PS4 because that PlayStation became my primary console shortly after that. But I had bought all these songs on Xbox already, so there's no way to transfer those songs. Like, it doesn't look up your account on any other platform to get those songs on your PlayStation. So I didn't even buy the Rock Band 4 on anything because at the time I did not own an Xbox One. And I looked into buying an Xbox One majority to play Rock Band 4. But then I found that the existing guitars that I have are not wireless, and they're wired guitars, as are the drums. So I'd have to buy this conversion kit to plug them in and play them, which, by the way, the conversion kits were getting rare at that time. and they're like $60 for the box. I'm like, by the time I would get involved in this, I'd have to buy not all new instruments. So I have to buy the conversion kit and the game. The game would have been $60. The box would have been another $60. It would have cost me $120 just to play Rock Band 4. I'm like, not worth it.
I wonder if they'll come out with another one. I doubt it. I
Like,
know
not
they're
worth
doing.
it.
I know they made one for the phone, the iPhone and the Android, but
And what will happen next? What's going to happen next is they will eventually come out with another Rock Band, and I guarantee you, even if I buy that on say I get an Xbox Series X or whatever, which I'm not looking to get, at least not right now. If I ever got one, I guarantee you would not be able to access your old songs. There would be some clause where like, nope, we're only putting new songs into the games, and you have to rebuy everything. I guarantee you that's they would do.
I can see that because
There's too much red tape bullshit on these songs.
It's going to. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I think I see what you're saying because I know that before they had the stores and stuff like that, each new game you got, if you wanted to get like DLC for it, you'd have to pay for the DLC, but it wasn't transfer over to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can see them doing that. I mean, obviously, I think it's also comes down to, once again, that's the RAA for you. They're still stuck in 1963, so they haven't realized that, this is the digital age. Yeah, you're just making yourself look like asshats.
Shadowcaster says you should own the songs in that context that you purchased it thinking you'd always own it. I totally agree, and at the time, that's what I'm thinking, that I would never have an issue with, say, like the 360 went dead, and I knew at one point, there's going to be another console generation. I'm going to have to buy something. At the time, I wouldn't have said it would been PS4, but at the time, I knew we were going to have to move on to another generation, and my Xbox would wind up offline somewhere, and it did. And say if I had no internet, I moved to, the coldest part of Alaska or something where I can't get any internet, or the hills or something, and I can't check in on my Xbox to connect to Xbox Live. Yeah, they cut you out of the songs. Yep. It's craziness.
Well, that's why it's kind of funny because I was looking up something about that, like, if you download something, why do you always need to be online for it to check and all that shit? If that user agreement we always just skim through and just
of course,
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, in there it says they can, if you can't verify that you own the song, they have every right to deny you it. So, obviously, if you upgrade to another generation, and it's not meant, obviously the license agreement is not meant for the next generation, therefore they deny you it. And they can because you agreed to it. So that's kind of how they get their workaround about that. It's all in that wonderful licensing agreement that none of us read.
So I Googled this for the Wii, by the way, and even though my PC is slow during this, I Googled is Rock Band still playable on the Wii? And when you're auto completing the Google search, it says Wii Rock Band DLC is not working.
Oh yeah.
That's the autocomplete. And I see tons of articles that are redirecting people to hacking sites where you can hack the Wii to get the DLC that you would have bought.
Well, there's always ways around that. That's why it's kind of funny when you think about people, the RIAA constantly just being way overbearing on the whole music thing. I mean, if you even think about it, you would think game developers would be, especially for people that like stream them and shit. But they actually are smart because they're actually younger people, and they realize, hey, this is free advertisement. It's not costing us a fucking thing.
Right.
And chances are, there are a lot of games out there that I bought simply because I was watching somebody stream it, and I was like, ooh, I might like this. You
would think, yeah, you would easily think. I know Phil has done the same. Phil's always been a big Twitch person.
Right. But the RIAA doesn't see it that way. They see it as, I swear they still think of it as physical media. like you're gonna take it and then you're gonna give all your friends it. Nobody does that anymore. I mean, nobody does. I mean, it being digital and all, if it's registered to you, it means you bought it. Therefore, it should be transferable for the simple fact that you own the licensing to it. You paid it. It's not like, I mean, because I kind of think of it this way. If you had a CD player and that CD player broke down, and so you went out and bought a different CD player, a newer CD player, that your CD still worked in it, right? I mean, you didn't have to go and buy a new one.
Right.
I mean, it's that logic. They're still stuck in the past. And that's why people are just completely and utterly done dealing with them.
Well, that's the number one reason. And people ask why I always buy physical on my PS4 or my Switch, is because, we're getting to this point where we're going to be giving these companies control of our digital purchases. Mm-hmm. And that is why it is crucial to, if you have the physical disc, I guess the most they could do is lock the disc out, but there's always going to be hacks down the road that will allow you to bypass it's inevitable.
But you got to think about it though this way. The way it works with the gaming right now, and I mean,
or you can take your system offline.
You can, but here's my thing is, like for example, if you have like PlayStation Now or PlayStation Plus, as long as you download the game, the way they do it right now, as long as you download the game and you have an account still with them, you own the game. Even if the game company decides, you know what, we're not, Sony decides we're not going to renew the license for it, we don't want to pay it again. The way it works is if it goes back to their server that you own the game, you bought it, it's still on the store for you. But anybody who's never bought it before can now not get it. It kind of worked out that way with Back to the Future, Al. You downloaded it on PS4.
Yeah, I've had it for years, but they pulled it.
I didn't, but it was kind of funny when you went onto the store, you could see it.
I could see it in my purchase history. Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm. But I could not. Therefore, that's why as long as you have an account and you've purchased the game, it'll always be available to you. So,
right,
it's cool that probably until they shut the servers down or something, which I doubt Sony's ever going to do.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if Vita and PS3 get knocked off next year with the PS5 coming out. Would not be surprised.
Well, all the PS3 stuff is going to go to PS Now. That's going to eventually.
That's where they're going to push it. Exactly, you're right. My old thing with back to the rock and the songs and the Rock Band stuff is that, like, if you buy a track on iTunes these days, or if you buy a track on Amazon, you get to download and keep the DRM free version, which you were back to, like, people don't send these around to their friends or put them on piracy sites or stuff like that.
No, people usually don't anymore. It's just pointless.
Right now, you can go and get Spotify. In some cases, you can get it 6 months free. Yeah. So to have to buy music anymore, you have so many ways of getting it dirt cheap. Like, even if you have to pay for Spotify, it's $10 a month. That's like a combo meal, literally, at Burger King right now, is how much you would spend on a Spotify payment each month. Or you can split it with a family member who owns it. So the whole thing about these music tracks is that finally Amazon and Apple were like, okay, we'll give you the songs DRM free. If you send them to your friend, whatever, it happens. But the thing with this Rock Band shit is that they've put out no update to say, okay, well, these songs should stop checking in. Like, that system update or that Rock Band update should have been like, if you bought these songs, they're on your hard drive, they're yours. Yeah. I obviously cannot take my Xbox 360 hard drive, hook it up to anything, and get the songs off of there and go, and somebody goes, oh, what are you listening to? Oh, my Rock Band library. That I had to get my hard drive out of my 360 for and copy them to a CD, and now I have it here when I could just get on Spotify.
If you hook that up to your computer to try and copy the songs, it's not going to read that drive.
I wouldn't, and what I'm saying is how stupid is that?
Well, I know that, but
if you could just get Spotify.
Well, that's why.
Or go to a torrent site, and it would take you even less time. I'm not promoting torrent sites. Twitch, please don't ban me. I'm just saying.
Don't go to torrent sites. That you know, unless you like viruses, don't go to torrent sites.
I'm just saying, the headache of to get the songs off of the hard drive would be way more abysmal.
It is nowadays.
Then
It's so
just-
much easier to just get the song for 99 cents
Yes.
or whatever.
Nobody's
than it
gonna
is-
do that. It's
Yeah, nope.
crazy.
Really,
Nobody's
a
gonna
lot
do
of the
that.
days of pirating music is pretty, especially with not like you said, like Spotify or Slacker Radio or anything like that, or hell, even iTunes or even Pandora. Once those came out, the whole downloading music kind of went off and went away. That's why it kind of makes me laugh that when I, for example, when I played Ghostbusters on my stream and I uploaded it, I got copyright claimed every time because of the music in it. Turns out that the game company owns the game, but not the music. Now, what makes me laugh is why would they copyright claim that? I can understand why if
You could have fought that. You could have
If
fought
you-
that.
I could have, but you know what? We're small YouTubers. By the time they get at us, we might as well be 90.
Even if you published it, whatever, we don't make revenue off of our videos, so they're not going to strike us.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, right. It
Yeah.
doesn't bother me none. But what pissed me off was the. I can understand their problems if, you know, like, okay, the song was playing and there was no other sounds, no nothing. It was just almost like you were recording it from a CD.
Thank you.
Okay, great. But you're talking over it and you're commentating and shit like that, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh well, nope, that's our song. You can't have that. Well, then you know what? Stop putting. Then you know what? Quit putting your music in games, because guess what? This is where the disconnect is coming in. The game developers actually really want us to stream games because it's free advertisement for them. But the RIAA still thinks it's, like I said, 1968 or 63. And they're like, no, we want people to buy this music. But how are they going to buy it if they haven't fucking heard it?
The worst
So
thing
that's-
is when they mute it. Oh shit, Harmack, we got a beer break. We've got back to back bits thrown in here. We've got the I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, Harmack, on your RIAA rant, but
Nope, go for
we've
it.
got 50 bits coming in from the Shadowcaster, our buddy Chips, and then we've got another 12 bits, very random number there, coming in from Mr. UNC Phil. And when we said we've got 2 in succession, that constitutes as a beer break.
That does.
So come on, beer break, load them up there.
Oh, what is the malted liquor? What gets you drunker quicker? What comes in bottles or in cans?
There we go.
Can't get enough of it. How we really love it. Makes me think I'm a man. I could kiss and hug it. I'd rather chuck it. Got my belly out to here. I could not refuse it. I could really use a beer.
There you go.
There you go,
And
man.
by the way, I did find out that that is not a copyright song that we
Yeah,
will
I
get
think it was
stricken
actually
down
a
for.
parody song, so it's
Yeah.
and it was written by just a
Speaking
person
speaking of copyright and music here,
Yeah.
I did
That's why I
find
was
that
like,
out
oh,
last
so you
week.
found out it wasn't copyrighted.
I posted the show last week, and YouTube made no gripes about it, so I was like, okay,
All
no
right, cool.
problem. But thank you for the bits, guys. It's so
Yeah,
funny. This
appreciate
happened to go with our Rock Band tracks DRM discussion here.
No. So like I said, I mean, really, it's just I think the record companies need to just kind of get into the new millennium now, because I mean, their whole mentality of people stealing music nowadays, it's so dumb and stupid now. You know, because most of the sites that you used to go to when you were younger to get the music, now you end up just getting viruses that steal your information from your computer. No one wants to go to these anymore. So, you know, people would rather pay $9.99 a month for Spotify, you know, and get any goddamn song they want. You know,
Even
I mean,
like Spotify, like even emailed me a deal like last week there, because my wife and I always fight over our Spotify account. Like we'd pay the $9, and they're
Right.
like, now we got this new deal called Spotify Duo. You pay an extra $3 and you both can use it. And I'm like, this is
like have your
genius.
own setup.
I'm like, I gave her own, like, the only problem is now is I had to export her playlist to her account, which
Which
there's ways to do that.
Because you destroyed so many of them. Yes.
Well, no, there's ways to do that where because like all her playlists were on my account that she made,
Right.
so I got her enrolled and she had no playlist or anything, and then it's like a separate account. So
No, that's like I said. So now that those are out, people downloading songs anymore. No one does it anymore. I mean,
I've not downloaded music in
no
mid 2000s.
Even on the block party, I downloaded music legally. I mean, I never went to.
And didn't you pay like $300 or $400 for like a lifetime subscription to some?
It was MP3
Fiesta or something.
Fiesta.
Yeah.
It was $300 for a lifetime subscription, and it was like, and I did that. What for the amount of songs I downloaded? I think
you.
I made my money.
You made your money back. Yeah.
I mean, I still. I mean, even then, when Spotify came along, I started just downloading off of Spotify because you could do that as long as you have an account with them. You know,
yeah, you can save it locally. Yeah,
and then just play. I could play them on Sam, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Hell, nowadays. I mean, nowadays, if I were still DJing, I'd just use Spotify as a thing because you can just someone requests a song and just do it that way. Oh my God, it's so much easier. So that's what I'm saying is that the record industry has just not caught up with the times when everybody else has. That's why people like, for example, on Twitch when they had that one company coming through, and next thing you know, people's accounts were getting dinged and stuff like that. And people were like, why? Somebody was playing a game. It happened to have a copyrighted song in it, and they got dinged for it. And they're like, well, wait, but I'm allowed to play this game. I was approved to play this game. And, well, yeah, you play the game, but not the sound. So you have to turn the sound down. But then that makes the gameplay stupid. It's like watching a movie with no music.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be to death, So they've just got to get caught up with the times right now because this is absolutely stupid.
And that's our Rock Band 3 rant.
Yeah.
Moral of the story, keep your Xbox 360 connected to the internet and do your system updates, because then you won't have to mess with this.
That's true.
Until they take Xbox Live away from the 360, and then some days those songs are going to be gone.
Yep, they'll be gone.
all my $250 I spent on Rock Band songs.
Well, you know what, though? By that point, there'll be a hack for it, so you can get them.
Yeah, anyway. At that point, yeah. My brother probably spent. He was buying songs every week. I
remember that, man. He would go nuts buying shit.
I remember that they used to release track. I think they still do, actually, because I follow Rock Band on Facebook, and they still release tracks to this day for Rock Band 4.
Really?
Yeah, they released them on Rock Band 4, not Rock Band 3 or the older ones. Right. To my knowledge, I didn't. There were newer songs in the Rock Band store when we checked it I've never seen before, but I don't think they use the same store. But yeah, someday they're gonna take that offline.
It's inevitable. I mean, but that's that,
And then my brother, I was saying about my brother. Sorry, is he spent like $400 at least on Rock Band tracks. Every week he would get like the alert of what was out. You go in the store, you buy it, and like every week this went on for probably till the end of the Xbox 360 life in 2013.
Wow. I mean, and the thing that also kind of makes me laugh is like the record industries, for example, you got like you got Venmo
or
freaking,
I know what you're talking about.
You have Venmo on YouTube. You can watch any song, any video for free.
No, you have to watch ads on the song. They make money off the ads. That dollar you would pay and ad for all the hits they've gotten for that song, the ads are paying for it. That's why you watch them for free.
Okay, well, you got a point then. But I mean, I think when it comes to their song being in a video game, I think it should all be just encased into one thing. Look, I understand if like I've seen some gamers doing their stream and they've got music playing in the background that is copyrighted.
Yeah.
Now that shit I can see them having a problem with.
Yep.
That makes sense to me. It's like, look, you're making money because you got, and they want a piece of that. But the fact that if it's in a game that you bought, hence you bought the license, meaning you paid not only for the game, but for the music rights, then technically, as long as it's in the game, it shouldn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
That's
And
right.
this is where
You're right.
this is where the complication is at, is that the RIAA doesn't see it that way.
You're
They
right.
see their music as a separate entity from the game. But how can that be, seeing as they are intertwined together? You know, hell, there's some points in games where they have cutscenes where you can't turn the music off. So what do? You know,
You just take the hit and then realize you're not going to make any money off your gameplay video.
That's right, and that's why a lot of people just have left YouTube and gone other places that that the record companies haven't seen yet.
Scales175 has donated 9
Nice.
bits. Lucky number 9.
Minor number 9er. Hey,
Cheers to you, Scales.
thank you, Scales.
Shadowcaster says the most recent song was added on the 23rd to Rock Band 4. Yes, they're still adding songs.
Yeah. Oh, they're still adding them. Yeah.
I would love to buy Rock Band 4, and I would love you know what I would love to do is I would love to get like, and here's the other thing about Rock Band, and I'll get into this. I'd love to buy Rock Band 4. I'd love to get all new updated instruments, and I would love to look at this new set list. First of all, to find Rock Band 4 right now, it is a ridiculous. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do.
I used to have Rock Band 4 too.
I wanted to buy Rock Band 4 when it was out, and it was at a reasonable cost. Same thing with Guitar Hero Live. Guitar Hero Live actually streamed the songs, and that's down too. So if you bought Guitar Hero Live right now and you paid like any money for it, you're getting ripped.
Yeah, that's part of the user agreement, though. You agree to it.
So here, have a look at this. Just, oh my God, take a look at this.
Ah,
Here, I'm gonna put this up on screen. Let me change the view here. So this is, I've got eBay popped up here.
holy balls!
This is Rock Band 4 PS4.
What?
$186 for Sony PlayStation 4 set bundle, PS4 guitar, drums, excellent mic. So you get the game, the guitar, and the drums. $186.
That's only one guitar too. So you
This
have
one,
to
no,
share-
this one here, the Stratocaster guitar is $999. Why the fuck is that so much money?
Wow. And those are like the common ones, weren't they?
The Rock Band 4 drums for PS4 by themselves, $379.99.
Really makes me wish I had mine up in the air. The flood I had in my basement destroyed them.
Trending at $399.99 if you have the drums.
And don't you remember you used to get 2 guitars, drums, and the game for $99?
This is Rock Band 4, the game by itself, sealed, $53.99. Here's another one. Rock Band 4, PS4, 2 guitars, drums, drumsticks. Oh, thank God they included the drumsticks.
Yeah.
The game and the mic. It's a rare collection for $310.
Jesus.
They're all over $200. Each one of these. Look at this one.
It's not like they're brand new either.
No.
They're used.
Rock Band 4 band set with game, guitar, drums, mic, and stand. Nice. $549.
Jesus.
Check this out.
Huh.
Let's see, what is it? Rock Band 4 kit, brand new.
Oh God.
I want to see this.
I don't even know if they have that.
This is just for the drums, $248. Here, Rock Band 4 band kit in a box. Microsoft Xbox One sealed, $1,000.
Holy shit.
Right here.
I'm sorry. I like Rock Band and all. Not $1,000 worth.
This is why I won't buy Rock Band 4 right now.
No.
There's no way. And somehow I'm getting hoodies.
And the sad part is I had Rock Band 4, man, and I had the drums and everything, man. Had that flood not have hit me, man. Oh my God, I could have made some money here.
Look at the symbols here. The symbols, the Pro Symbols expansion, $400. I could buy a PlayStation 4 for the amount I would get for symbols that require the drums anyway.
What's going around? You could probably buy a next gen console for that price.
What the fuck?
Holy crap. That's just ridiculous. Wow.
That is why I will not buy Rock Band 4 right now. I
That
was.
is insane.
I remembered a few years back I was gonna buy I was just gonna actually pony up and buy it for a party because
Yeah.
everybody was wanting to play Rock Band and I couldn't find all my Rock Band stuff at the time. Like I was
Right.
missing. I still can't find where my drum pedal is.
Mm.
And I was looking, and there was a Rock Band 4 kit for $79 for the whole thing, and I'm like, that's too much money. Oh man, I'm kicking myself now. I
Trust me.
should have just up and bought it.
I mean, I see shit like that, and it just makes me cry because it's like, for once, I actually owned something that could have been worth something, and you know, this for all the years I owned this house, never had a flood. Finally had one, and it destroyed everything I had for Rock Band, my guitars, everything, and now I find out that of course, it was Rock Band 4, and yeah, and of course,
Damn,
I
you
know,
could have sold it and made a lot of money.
I, right? Yeah. But Mother Nature said, "Fuck off, Harmack." It does that all the time.
Shadowcaster said it's also costly on Amazon. The 310 may have been the best deal. Here's another thing to consider though, with that whole spike in cost. We're also in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know if you actually even looked up what it may have gone down in price. I looked this up a couple weeks ago.
What's that?
Let's pull trusty eBay back up here on screen. I'm just curious on this one.
What were you looking at?
Nintendo Wii console. These were going for like $80 to $100 when
Shit, I got mine at the retro store, I think, for $70.
Look, they still are. No, that was you bought yours. First of all, yours was a black one.
Yeah.
And you bought it like during the time when the Wii was still a bit popular. When the Wii was out is when you bought yours.
Did I ever give that to you? Or
No, if you still have it, I would like it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's been just sitting there collecting dust.
$74.77 for a white Wii, the stand, and the cords.
Or how much a black one would be.
Here's one, $74.77.
Well, still the same? Oh, okay. I thought maybe because of the color it might be different.
Here, look at this one. A stack of games with it, $184.95. Now that actually might be a good deal.
That's not a bad deal.
Look at all those games.
That's a lot of games, man.
That's actually not a bad deal.
No.
How many is that?
Jesus. Let me see.
That's a huge stack of games.
Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
A lot of it's shovelware. That Tiger Woods game, I bet, will fetch a pretty penny by itself.
Oh my God, yeah.
This Tiger Woods stuff has been selling pretty good right now. I'm trying to see if there's anything that stands
60
out.
games, roughly.
60 games? I don't see any big
20,
Nintendo ones, like besides Wii Music and Wii Play. Or Wii Fit.
20 games a stack, I'm thinking, if I'm counting that right.
They got Wii Fit Plus. I don't see like Zelda or Mario or anything, do you?
Yeah, it is. 60 games. No, I don't.
Damn. Got the House of the Dead, though.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 3. Anyway, that one's going for $184.
That's got 60 games.
Anyway, that's my point, though, is that even the Wii right now during the pandemic is like ridiculous in cost.
Like, remember when I was looking for, I was going to do a capture card before I realized I didn't need one.
Yeah.
The Elgato, which I was going to get, which normally would go for like 170, maybe
Thank you.
120, somewhere in there. They were like asking 300 and something. It was ridiculous.
We got some bits coming in from UNC Phil once again. We have another 10 bits coming in. Thank you for your bits. And we'll go to the chat here in just a second. If you're just tuning in, we are talking about... it all started with the Rock Band story. It was about my 360 that had been offline for a couple years. I skipped the system update, fired Rock Band 3 up, and all of a sudden I found that all of my songs were locked under DRM. So if you bought a lot of Rock Band songs on your 360 and you have no way to connect it to the internet, at some day it's probably going to die. I don't know about PS3, or we think by a Google search that Wii is under the same rules right now because it can't connect to Wii Connect 24.
No, that's gone.
I'll get a beer here in just a second. We got a lot of activity in the chat here, man. TP Poker showed up. Hello
TP,
and good,
what's up, buddy.
hello and good evening, gentlemen. Hello and good evening, TP Poker. Just in time because we're about to get to our weekly stream review here shortly, and then the Nia Jax joke of the week.
Right.
So welcome, TP Poker. TP Poker has been on fire with his
man.
Nia Jax
So-
jokes. I'm gonna grab me a beer here real quick.
Me and him are having fun doing Nia Jax jokes during your stream.
I do remember that. Nobody clipped them, sadly, and I didn't have time to go back and look for them. But
yeah, I completely forgot to. I'm an idiot. I'm not used to clipping. I got to get used to doing that when I'm on your stream.
if you guys ever want to clip anything, it's very simple. You put your cursor, if you're watching on the computer, you put your cursor over the window. You look for the little movie clipboard. You click it once, and it gives you the last 30 seconds of what just happened. You can move the slider up to 60 seconds if it goes longer than the 30, and then you can adjust the slider for the exact moment in time that the clip happened. And then you just name it. You got to give it an original name. Otherwise, when we go back to look for these clips, if it's titled DJ Harmack Plays Call of Duty, we're never going to find it.
Yeah.
So that's how you clip.
That's
How are you
yeah.
humps doing? We're doing good, sir. Thank you for asking.
very good.
TP Poker is one of our latest subscribers. We have a mighty 2.
Thank you. Hey, 2 is better than 0.
2 is better than 0, exactly. We have a mighty 2, and TP Poker's name is right up here. Right up here.
I see it. Yeah. Who's this?
Dusmona is my latest follower.
Oh wow, great. That's awesome.
Clip DJ
Cool.
Harmack plays the skin flute. Did you clip that? Because he did say that the other night, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah.
You dick. Isn't it time for you to go play some tonsil hockey, you cucks?
All right, you ready?
Tonight, your pocket pool night.
Are you ready to? And by the way, I want to throw this out there as well. We are doing Let's Talk About. So if you have something you want to talk about, just use the exclamation mark Let's Talk About, and we will talk about what you want to talk about. Even if you throw bits in automatically, we always read what you say.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and we talk about what you want to say anyway. So
But if you do throw bits in, we read yours first.
you do. You get priority bit reading. Yeah,
That's right.
The Bits for Beers cup is looking a little full there.
Yeah, it is. It's getting up
I may
there,
have to
man.
empty it pretty soon. I don't know.
Yeah.
We gotta get Phil drunk here. Maybe he'll deposit some more. The cup runneth over a couple weeks ago, or last week. I had to change it like 3 times.
Did you really?
Yeah.
We had to do that the week before too.
Maybe, yeah. It was a lot. Anyway, so we're gonna get to our weekly clips here before we get to TP Poker's Nia Jax joke of the week. We had a couple clips that came up here. We even have a clip of something different that was not on our streams that Harmack and I unfortunately don't have much video footage of. I'll show that first, actually.
All right.
When Harmack visited last weekend, we purchased Ghost of Tsushima. That was on that Saturday. We played a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima, or Tsushima, or whatever it's called. And by the way, fantastic game. If you've not played it,
Oh my God.
it is incredible. A future game. One of us will stream sometime down the line.
Oh, yeah.
But we did play the excellent standoffs
Those are so cool.
that they have, and we did take a clip of the first one we saw. We thought it was so epic. We wanted to share it with you in our clip of this very savage kill.
They're totally badass, man. It's really good. You'll like this.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna wait and pause it here as soon as it comes up because it's gonna. There we go. Hang on, just a second. Let me change views here.
Yeah. Oh God, this is gonna be so good.
All right, here we go. This is a standoff in Ghost of Tsushima. This will sell you on the game right now.
Yeah, this is so neat.
Boom! Even got it in slow motion for you. Want to see that one more time? So there's these things that are called standoffs in the game. Basically, if you see an enemy, like they're just chilling like across the way or across a bridge or something, when you walk up to them, you can yell for a standoff. And so when you yell for a standoff, it goes and changes into this cutscene.
Yeah, one-on-one.
And you gotta hit the button at just the right time to get it to go. Look at that perfect slash. Right across the throat. There you go. Are you ready for some more clips here, Harmack?
Yeah, let's go. Let's have it.
All right, our first clip from our stream. I'll just leave you big here.
That's the way I like it.
All right. So the first clip, and again, I only have two, but this is our clip from our most recent week of streaming. Is Harmack was playing Beyond Two Souls, and somehow Del Griffith has not figured this out yet, but he's on a mission to find out how. Harmack somehow changed the chat into Spanish, or to French rather. He changed the chat into French, and someone was trying to read him a code, something about a urination code or something. Here, we'll play this right now. Here, it's called Harmack changed the chat into French.
Oat bass b a b a pippy sir le canopy se tenir devout dans pippy sir le canopy l2 r2 mains freuds demorage std up down p couch p stain wet shorts select start.
So that is the code from Del Griffith.
Wow.
Some urination code he was giving out. Up, down, pee stain. What was that? Ask Del Griffith about that one.
And I think wet couch. I think was the other one.
Yes. And our second clip that we have here is during my stream this week. This is thanks to Mr. TP Poker. I was in the been playing Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and I got to this Game Boy Color exclusive dungeon remake that was called the Color Dungeon, and it was nothing but just different rooms of various puzzles involving shapes or colors. It sounds very stupid, but it was very difficult. So I spent 10 minutes on the last puzzle where you have to turn these entire circle statues into square shapes. And so it got to the point where I got so annoyed with it, I just got into a conversation with TP Poker about memes on the internet involving okay, so I gotta set this up, and I set it up in the clip, but I'll just kind of give you more detail here. Do you remember those memes that came out in like March or April when they were showing all these people like in Walmart with these stupid like masks on their face, like they're wearing pajamas on their head, they're wearing shoes over their faces, they're wearing like, you know what I'm talking about? Like there was all these memes of all these dumbass people. I can pull a few of them up.
God, yeah. So the ugly people of Walmart.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I was talking to Poker about it. I got lost in thought and accidentally solved the puzzle. Just by getting lost in thought talking to TP Poker. Here's the clip. Did you ever see those memes of those people? Maybe I'll get these for the show tomorrow. There's all these memes of people, these dumbasses wearing like these things they think are face masks. Like the one lady's got like a garbage bag around her head. Like it's so cute. Oh shit! I got it. And there you go. Solve the. And I just solved that puzzle. Solve the puzzle just by talking to TP Poker. There you go. Not much in terms of great clips this week, but those are ones that we picked out because we didn't really have that many this week. To be fair, we didn't have that many clips. Yeah, TP Poker and I were talking about, because he lives in New York, and he was talking about, just wanting this whole thing to be over. And so we got on the subject of face masks or whatever. Let me see if I can find these. If my computer will load it. We started talking about these stupid face masks that people were wearing in stores. And okay, here this is probably not going to load properly, but I know Facebook had a ton of them at one point. Nah, this isn't it. These are just actual face masks. But there were people literally tying garbage bags around their heads and poking holes in the eyes or just in the eyes, and then walking around like the stores like this.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh wait, we have a spammer. We got
Yes,
that good,
we do.
Harmack. We got a spammer. Do you want to become famous? You can buy followers. No. I don't want to buy followers.
I'd rather earn mine, thank you. I don't need to be.
Don't want to buy followers, but thank you for offering.
It's not true followers.
Thank you for offering. What are you buying? Followers. No.
What are you buying? Followers. What are you selling? The soul.
TP Poker said, how TP Poker's asking to make out. TP Poker said, I mentioned how I wanted to wear a pair of soiled briefs as a face mask. He did mention that, yes. If you go back and watch that part of the video just a little further, you will see that. All right. Speaking of TP Poker, we've got the Nia Jax joke of the week coming up here. Now, I will tell you, and I got to go back to the clips here, is that TP Poker may have wrote his own jokes himself this week. I mean, he writes them every week, but I mean, he may have actually, this week's jokes may be based just on these clips here. He doesn't even need to have one tonight, because the jokes he wrote for these clips, I think, have already sold themselves. So,
oh, I mean, we may just end up voting on these.
We might. So TP Poker, or Del Griffith rather, was kind enough to clip these 4 clips here of his Nia. He was on a roll. It was the July 22nd edition of your show, Harmack.
Yeah.
He was just on an absolute roll with telling these jokes. So let's go to the first one here. This is for whatever. Okay, I'll try to get to them in order here. Here's the first one. I think they should be cut just right.
Nia Jax had a threesome tonight. Wendy's, Carl Jr. and Roy Rogers.
Clip that.
That was the one you liked, Harmack.
That was good. That was good. I like that one.
Nia Jax had a threesome tonight. Wendy's,
It
Carl
was so
Jr.
good.
and Roy Rogers.
That's his first Nia Jax joke. Are you ready for the second one here? These are all, by the way, these are all on July 22nd.
He was on a roll that night.
He was on a roll. Here we go. Second clip.
Nia Jax took pants to the cleaners and they said, sorry, we don't do curtains. And emo bears.
I don't think the emo bear line was his.
Nia Jax took pants to the cleaners and they said, sorry, we don't do curtains. And emo bears.
Sorry, we don't do curtains. I would have said, sorry, we don't do upholstery, but
that was joke number 2. We're halfway through, guys. We're halfway through here. Here comes joke number 3. By the way, these are like 15 minutes spans of these jokes, by the way.
Yeah.
DMV had to call in a favor from NASA to take her driver's license photo. Scales 175. Welcome to Harmack 1. Hi. LMAO. LOL.
That one got a lot of laughs. Let's replay it here.
DMV had to call in a favor from NASA to take her driver's license photo. Scales 175. Welcome to Harmack 1.
She had to call NASA for a favor to get her driver's license photo. And yes, Poker, you will get your intro. These are just videos you've done during the week. You'll get your intro, my friend. Even though I'm very worried about getting a copyright strike, but you'll get your intro. Don't you worry, sir. All right, you ready for the last Nia Jax jokes clip? Clip number 4 here from July 22nd. Here we go. It's the very last one.
I heard when Nia gets depressed, she cuts herself a slice of chocolate pie. LOL.
Let's play that back because it's hard to hear a little bit over the sound effect.
When Nia gets depressed, she cuts herself a slice of chocolate pie. LOL.
When Nia Jax gets depressed, she cuts herself a slice of chocolate pie.
LOL.
That got a lot of reaction from people.
Wow.
There you go. There is your Nia Jax jokes. And these are not even from this week. These are from last week, by the way.
Hold on the fort, dude. I'll be right back.
All right, we're going to hold on the fort. Let me read the chat here.
Yep.
Oh, really not much going on in the chat other than our spammer of the week. Our RK Choice or whatever his name is. Want to become famous. Sure, buddy. I'll go to your website. Yes, TP Poker, you will get the intro before your live joke. Just to kind of tease what's going on next week here on the streams. I think I'm going to be wrapping up Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on Monday, and then we'll be kicking it right into the next game as soon as that is over. I already have an idea of what that game is going to be, so tune in on Monday for that. You'll find out exactly what that is. We're going to go retro for this next one. I'm going to go way back for this next one. And then DJ Harmack is now playing Infamous 2, a game I played 2 months ago that got so much, I don't want to say hype, but Harmack got a lot of, I guess hype is the right word. Harmack got really hyped by either watching my stream or hearing people watch my stream. But he really wanted to play this game, so he recently went through the first Infamous to re-experience that game. And now then he took a break, he played Beyond Two Souls, finished that. And now he's going through the second Infamous, but he's playing it on Evil, which he has never done before, I guess, apparently in an Infamous game. I think it's the greatest thing you can do in that game is be evil, because then you really enjoy that. Skills175 says, I also get that in my stream as well. Yeah, there's going to be spammers. There's always going to be spammers. Harmack is back.
Sorry about that. Mother Nature. Couldn't
All right,
help it.
TP Poker, are you ready for your Nia Jax joke of the week? As long as this bumper loads. Here we go. And we're cutting it.
There you go.
I don't know if they'll still pick that up, but maybe they'll give us a break. Who knows? All right.
It has to be. I think it has to be longer than 10 seconds.
I don't know, man. I think last time we did that, they still flagged
I hate the
it.
way that clip always resets the beer of.
The beer jar, yeah.
It always resets it.
All right, here we go. Nia Jax was looking in the mirror and said, "I have the body of a Greek goddess." Her boyfriend said, "Honey, Buddha isn't Greek."
I get it. That's good. I like that. that one statue you always see at a Chinese restaurant.
So because I did not again this week come equipped with another poll to give you, and because we didn't have a let's talk about that needed a poll, I guess this will be this week's poll. Let's see. We'll do TP Poker's Nia Jax joke of the week. Yay or nay? So you can vote yes, no, or I don't care, nerd. All right, we're going to start the poll here, and we'll give this about roughly a minute and a half.
All right, that'll work.
Get your suggestions in, or not your suggestions, get your answers in now. You can type 1 for yes, 2 for no, or 3 if you want to prove that you're a dick. I promise next week we'll have a legit poll. I swear to you.
So far we got 100%.
Yeah, this may prove to be a bad idea for this poll.
See, I would have. It would have been probably better to include some of his other jokes from the.
I don't remember them. That's the problem. Like, I thought about doing that, but I just don't remember what the other ones were.
One was Nia Jax had a threesome. Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's, Carl Jr.
and Burger King. I think.
Burger
or Taco
King.
Bell. I think it was. Then the other one was Nia Jax asked NASA a favor so she could get her driver's license photo. The other one was Nia Jax took her clothes to the cleaners and they said, "We're sorry, we don't do curtains." And Nia Jax was so depressed she ate a piece of chocolate pie, I think it was.
Well, had I known that you remembered these as good as you did, I would have probably done that. I would have probably done that. All right, let's conclude our poll here. It's going to be unanimous. 100%.
Even Chips was saying that threesome joke was the best.
The threesome joke was the best.
Rogers, that's what it was, not Taco Bell. Yeah.
The threesome
Roy
joke
Rogers.
was the best, yes. I also like that she's suicidal and by slicing herself a slice of pie. I thought that was pretty funny.
She starts slicing herself a
Slice of pie.
Still, that threesome one though. Because I wasn't expecting the restaurant chains. I was expecting like really like fat people like Fat Albert, Rerun, shit like that. No. She goes with these restaurants, and I'm just like, oh man, that was too good. Too good.
TV Poker says, poor Naya, I hope she doesn't watch this. I'm sure she's got way better things to do.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys, I gotta stop training. Slash Streams and State of the Streams is on.
Yeah, guys, I gotta catch the latest Slash Streams live episode.
I gotta go watch their no-show.
I gotta go just chat with them, but not really. The just chatting show.
Every time the TV Poker has a joke, it makes me want pie. Anyway.
I'm legally contracted to say that.
Lawyers are standing by.
Standing by for your questions. We're gonna end things here in just a little bit, but I want to throw out there any last requests. This is last call for Let's Talk About. If you got anything you want us to talk about, any topic that you want. Last time we did this, I think TP Poker brought up tacos, and we had a 10-minute discussion about tacos.
Yeah, we sure did.
So if you have a Let's Talk About, shout it out right now. I don't care what it is. Me and Harmack and you all will talk about it. We'll get on the horn right here, and we'll chat it up. If we don't have a Let's Talk About, then unfortunately.
And I'd like to know if, since drinking and driving is illegal, why does every bar have a parking lot? I just don't understand that.
I got a better one for you. Actually, here I'll bring a first one out here. This is kind of political. It almost breaks the rule, but doesn't. I'm not going to break my own rules. All right, here we go. Let's do this one first. I like this one better anyway. I'll get to my second one here in just a minute.
Let's talk about
what do you put on your hamburger?
Oh, that's actually a good one.
All right. Harmack? What do you put on your hamburger?
On mine, I do not like lettuce and I do not like onion. I like cheese, ketchup, mustard, pickle. And sometimes a tomato, but not really. I figure with the ketchup on there, it's tomato enough. So that's me.
I'm polar opposite because I hate everything. First of all, I am very picky eater. Very picky eater. Ask my wife; she'll be the first one to tell you I'm an extremely picky eater.
Who's a dick?
So here's what I put on my cheeseburger: cheese, ketchup, and mustard, and bacon. I'll add bacon to it.
Oh yeah, well bacon, yeah, when it's available, yeah.
Cheese, ketchup, mustard, and bacon. I don't need lettuce. I certainly don't need any pickles. That's disgusting.
Pickles are awesome.
Pickles. My wife always had like this idea that like because I was a picky eater that it was like from a childhood thing. So she went through these she's like I'm gonna get a list of items that you're gonna retry in what was it 2015 or something.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I want you to just try them all. And I said, I'll give you a fair shake. I said, but if I don't like it, I'm spitting it out and we're done. She brings a pickle. Eat the pickle. Blech. Spit it out. Gives me an onion, a sliced onion. Eat it, spit it out. Now here's the thing about onions. I really like onion rings.
Yeah, but they're cooked. That's the difference.
Onion rings I'll eat, and then they're breaded.
So they have to be hidden.
She gave me a cucumber. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Beets. Ugh, absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I hate beets.
There was one more that was like the absolute avocado. It was avocado. She gave me a slice of avocado. I nearly puked.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of avocado either. It's the texture for me.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay, this experiment is done. So yes,
I want to clean up puke.
on my hamburger, it is going to be just give me the cheese, ketchup, mustard, and the bacon, and I'm solid. I don't even need the bacon, just ketchup and mustard. If we're gonna go basic, we'll go basic.
I'll actually, like if it's camping out or something, I'll try mayo on it sometimes. That's not too bad.
Mayo I will put on there if it's light. It's gotta be light mayo.
Right. No, I'm not saying slathered with it. Yeah, light
no,
mayo.
I hate when like Wendy's does that, or Burger King is actually notorious for it. They'll dump it on there like it's like they just dumped a jar of mayo over your sandwich and give it to you.
King is like loaded with it.
Oh my, it's disgusting. I'll scrape most of it off.
Yeah, it's just like it's like.
But yeah, mayo like, I'm fine with too.
So I'm just thinking of like the whole I Love Lucy thing when they were with the chocolates. They're back there with the burger. I can't turn it off. I can't turn it off. Just fucking give it to them anyway. They're waiting.
TP Poker said cheese, lettuce, tomato, caramelized onion.
That's cooked onion.
Oh, cooked onion. Okay, ketchup, mustard, and pickle. That's gross.
Now here's the thing. Now this is just I don't know if it's the same in New York, but how do you eat your hot dogs?
All right, we'll get to that. We got Shadowcaster's got one here. Mayo,
I'm sorry.
Lettuce, tomato, pickles, and onion. Bacon if I'm being adventurous. Nah, man. You know what? You know who's got a really good bacon cheeseburger? Is if you got it in your area. If you don't have it, I'm sorry. A place called Red Robin. I think they're nationwide, at least in the States.
Well, they used to be. They're harder to find nowadays. But yeah.
Red Robin, man. I get a burger from Red Robin, and I'm like, man, this is delicious. Kills anything.
The best burgers ever, though, are Fuddruckers by far.
We don't have a Fuddruckers here.
Yeah, we have one here, or at least we used to. I don't know if it's still here anymore.
We do not have a Fuddruckers.
Those are the best.
We used to have a Fuddruckers. It's gone. All right, so the hot dog question, and then we'll go to Skills. Skills has ones too that could span a whole conversation.
Okay.
How do you eat a hot dog the long way?
Very funny.
I heard this bullshit rule. I think somebody on the show tried telling me this, that you don't put ketchup on a hot dog.
You don't.
What? No, yes you do. You do put ketchup on a hot dog. Ketchup, mustard, or you could put cheese on a hot dog. You could put
cheese. You can cheese, relish, onions. Tomato,
I don't do that. So what do you put on your hot dog?
Ketchup, mustard.
You just said you don't put ketchup on a hot dog, and the first thing you say is ketchup.
No, not ketchup. Mustard. You put mustard, relish, and pickle on it. Oh my god, and cheese. Oh, it's so good.
Why does everybody say you don't put ketchup on a hot dog? I don't understand that. Everybody I know puts ketchup on their hot dog.
Real people,
they're adults that still do this.
Kids,
dude, I'm telling you,
on their shit. Adults do not.
I'm telling you, I will do a poll through people I know this week of adults and ask them if they put ketchup on their hot dog.
For this show here, is ketchup on a hot dog normal or not?
If I put that on a poll here, I need everyone to vote. I'm talking about the people who have not voted yet. Because I know there were some people that are tuned in that have not voted. I need those people to vote too, Phil. I'll do it real quick. I'm not even going to read the rest of the chat because right now. I'll get to it in just a second. That actually is a really good poll.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. No. I'm not even going to put the nerd line in there. All right. Go ahead. Actually, I already closed the music out. Hang on. Go ahead and vote right now. 1 or 2. Do you put ketchup on a hot dog? Be honest. Don't lie. Don't lie to make yourself look like a hard ass. If you actually put ketchup on a hot dog.
And I'm waiting for your stupid ad to end. I'm watching a guy
I'm
shave
sorry.
himself right now.
I'm sorry. That's how we make money, Harmack.
I know.
I force people to sit through
ads.
ads.
Like stuck in the 80s.
Or like Del Griffith says, like, oh, now your Fritos is sponsoring you or whatever.
But it's for Gillette. The best a man can get.
We didn't get manscaping?
All right.
I was really disappointed. I hoped there'd be manscaping like every other YouTube gets.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna do one more minute here of this poll, and I'll go back to the chat. And we'll see the results. I'm not even looking at the numbers right now. I'm looking at a screen with the bumper on it. Because I'm really curious where this poll ends.
It's hard to hear you with the music playing, but ooh, Phil, he's a child. Nice.
Here, I'll kill the music. I thought the music wasn't that loud.
No, that's just Skype. Skype.
Oh, Skype is okay. I thought you meant the stream. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the poll now. Did everybody vote?
I think so.
I think we got everybody's in. All right, let's look at the numbers here. 57.1% said no.
Yep, told you.
To 42.9.
That's just because Phil voted at the last second with one.
I'm shocked.
You would be surprised. There's any
Phil voted yes
around here. Any place, I swear to God, any actual. I'm not talking like like a 7-Eleven where you can get a hot dog and shit like that. I'm talking like an actual like hot dog joint. That they specialize in just hot dogs. You go here and they ask what you want on it. You say ketchup. They're like, you got ketchup at home. They won't put it on there. They won't do it. Nope. Or they'll throw you packets in you go to that Wiener Circle. Remember that was on YouTube or True TV, the Wiener Circle?
No, that was on Conan went to the Wiener Circle with Triumph the Insult Comic Dog the one day. Yeah, I remember that.
Triumph loves going there, but you go there and ask for it, they'll throw ketchup packets in your face.
That is nuts, dude.
Seriously, you do not say you want ketchup on a hot dog. Not around people that are actually like like hot dog.
I put cheese on a hot dog sometimes. Sometimes I'll just eat cheese on it.
Everything else is fine. Cheese, relish, pickles, onions, tomatoes. That shit's fine. Hell, even mayo. That shit's fine. It's ketchup. It's just for some reason it's always been no ketchup. And
is this like a badass thing? Like it's a kid thing?
No, it's just been like it's like that unwritten rule. I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
I've never heard of this unwritten rule. I swear to God, I've never heard of this unwritten rule.
I was younger when and I just thought it was a. That's why I wanted to ask in the chat because we got people from different states.
Why would anybody? Why would anybody offer it? Like, why would they offer it at the stadium when you're there buying a hot dog? Do you want ketchup and mustard?
Because there's kids.
Kids are not buying the hot dog. The adults are buying the hot dogs.
Huh?
The adults are buying the hot dogs, not kids.
They don't come pre-made with ketchup and mustard. You have to get it put on there.
I understand that, but they offer it as a side condiment. It just doesn't make any sense.
They do, but most people will just have mustard and relish usually.
I think it's like a do you drink White Claw thing, and everybody's like, no, I don't drink that shit. That's pussy shit, and then they drink it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's one thing like that. We're like, I don't do that.
I don't know. It's what I've always been told, and I've gone to a couple of hot dog joints here and heard people make the mistake of saying, "Yeah, ketchup and mustard," and I'll be like, "What? Ketchup and mustard? Mustard? Okay, sure. No, ketchup too. What? I mean, they'll just fuck with you. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna read the chat because we got a lot of comments. I'm probably gonna get slaughtered for this, but that's fine. I think Shadowcaster was talking about Fuddruckers. I have to drive a bit, but I pass it on the way to the beach. Damn, if you pass something on the way to the beach, period, I'm already jealous of you.
Oh shit.
Just mustard for me, no ketchup. That's Shadowcaster. TV Poker, you don't put ketchup on a hot dog. Shadowcaster, I used to as a child. TV Poker, wrap the hot dog in a fried egg with American cheese. Ugh.
No, I've never done that. I'm not
a fan of eggs, dude. I probably eat like a kid, so that's probably why.
Well, hell, you don't like your vegetables, so I'm not surprised.
Murderers and Texans are the only people to put ketchup on a hot dog. Damn, Shadowcaster. Murderers and Texans are the only people to put ketchup on a hot dog. Damn, Shadowcaster. Damn.
Very nice.
Now, Del Griffith came to my defense. Why wouldn't you put ketchup on a hot dog?
Oh, he's wearing his knee pads tonight. Isn't he nice of you?
Why? Why is he a bitch? Because he likes ketchup on a hot dog. Why are we both bitches?
I never said he was a bitch. I'm just going by what I've heard people say.
42% here are putting ketchup on a hot dog. Even if the nose won the poll, it doesn't mean that you're clear winners.
I'm just saying this is what I've been told for years. I don't know why, and I don't have ketchup on
Dude,
mine.
I am really curious about this now, and I'm gonna be asking around all week, and I'm gonna get you guys an answer next week.
Oh yeah, I'd like to hear it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, this is just something I have heard for years. I mean, and me personally though, I mean, even when I was a kid, I didn't like ketchup on it. I don't know why. I just always liked the mustard.
Oh man, I was brought up even at stadium when we went. Like the adults would get ketchup on a hot. Like I've never.
I'm not saying that they don't. I'm just saying
maybe it's like a local or regional thing. Maybe people here just did it, and maybe people in other states don't.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
like
just know that around here, if you go to an actual hot dog joint, they'll give you ketchup, but it won't be on the hot dog. It'll be in those ketchup packets. They will not put it on there.
It's possible. That's certainly possible.
At the stadiums and shit, it's different because you got kids and stuff, and kids, they're kind of excused, I guess.
Because even Del Griffith, who lives here, says ketchup and hot dogs go hand in hand.
Hey, and that's fine. Look, I don't give a shit what you put on your hot dog. I'm just saying that's the rule that I was told.
I don't know, man. I saw some things in caps, and then I'm compared to a murderer or a Texan.
Well, not to sound look.
Damn, I must be in the wrong.
There's a hot dog place up on the north side called Gene and Jude's, and they're like the type of people that will put
Gene and Jude's.
Gene and Jude's. They're a really good. I mean, they are a very popular hot dog.
They said gin and Jude's, like gin and juice, but gin and Jude's. I don't know why. Gene and Jude's. Okay.
And they're like the ones that'll give you like the hot dogs, and they have the fries right with it, so like the fries get into like the hot dog and shit. It's really fucking good. And my buddy goes, "Watch while we're waiting in line." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You're gonna get a couple of people asking for ketchup, and just these guys have hilarious shit to say." And so the one guy
I guess. I mean, wow.
One guy, and I mean, now this is gonna sound mean, so no offense to anybody of the
ketchup lovers.
Not even that, just of certain like sexual things, but this guy comes.
Don't say it if it's gonna get me banned on Twitch. Don't even bother with the joke. Don't even bother with the joke. None of one of us are going to get suspensions.
Yeah, he basically, I'll just abbreviate because then you can't get in trouble. He basically, so the guy goes, "Yeah, can I get ketchup and mustard?" He's like, "I'll give you mustard, but other than that, we don't give ketchup, yaff." It's just like,
yeah, that's probably better you didn't say that.
No, yeah, I was. That's why I was kind of really nervous. Like, should I? No.
It's 2020, Harmack. You got to think 2020 here.
Yeah, right.
Wiener Circle, is that a strip club? No, that's a hot dog place.
It's an actual hot dog joint where they specialize in insulting you. It's freaking hilarious. I've been there a couple times. It's funny as hell.
TP Poker says like putting ketchup on a steak. How dare you? Here, I'll throw one even at you further. I don't agree. You should put what is that sauce that goes on there? A1. I don't think you should put A1 sauce on a steak.
If the steak is cooked correctly, you don't need to put anything.
I've always said that. If the steak is made perfectly and it's made good, you do not need A1 sauce.
Oh, the taste of the steak alone should be good enough.
If the steak is too dry, if you're cooking that steak too dry and you need A1 sauce, you need to check your grilling. Or whoever's making your food.
The taste of the steak, then you're not cooking the steak right.
Yep. Yeah, I think this wait, let's see. Let me keep going here. Al, Steve's Hot Dogs has ketchup, right? I haven't been to Steve's in a long time, dude. It has been... The last time we went to Steve's Hot Dogs was when Harmack visited in 2018, and I took you to the Christmas Story house. That was the last time we went to Steve's Hot Dogs. Maybe before that.
No, I didn't go there. No.
Somebody came into town and I took them to Steve's Hot Dogs.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I've never been to Steve's Hot Dogs. No.
Oh, so somebody came into town. I thought it was you. I think this sauerkraut 2 for poker. I think this ketchup thing is a Harmackopedia. I don't know, man. The poll says otherwise.
Why would I make that up? I'm a fat fuck. I'll eat anything.
The poll says otherwise. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, the no's won 57%. You can't
argue with the
can't
polls,
argue
man.
with the poll. That's why we do them. That's why we do them here.
Polls never lie.
Yeah, polls never lie. Shadowcaster, I just don't like it. I'm a pineapple on a pizza guy, so I don't care what other people think what I eat. And power to you. My wife loves pineapple on a pizza. I don't.
My brother's wife does what is it, pineapple and pepperoni, and she had me try it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I ended up loving it. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. I didn't think I was gonna like it at all. I mean, I still order it, but it was good. It was definitely different. It was good though. It wasn't like, you know, somebody who puts like, you know, what do they put those fucking like what the hell do they call those things? Like the little fishy things on there.
Anchovies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never do that. No, not anchovies.
I couldn't eat that. Just the smell alone would kill me.
Not anchovies, no way.
No.
There's a pizza place here that makes barbecue chicken pizza, but they put a little bit of cinnamon on it.
Oh wow.
And that's and bacon slices, and that's really good. It's not.
Wow.
It's not like it's you know, crazy. It's not I'm sure other places are doing it, but it's a real good pizza.
My brother will put hot sauce on his. I can't stand that.
People put ketchup on eggs. That's what Scale says.
My dad does that. Yeah.
I know people put ketchup on eggs. Yeah.
Yeah. It grosses me out when I see it. It's not something you want to see in the morning.
We have Destination
That
Dogs.
looks like your dad's eating someone's period. It's freaking gross. It is, man. At that early in the morning, especially if you're hungover. Oh man, it's gross. It's so gross.
I'm gonna read through the rest of this chat, and then we'll get to Scales comment, and then we'll end the show here.
All right.
Because this whole ketchup on a hot dog thing has spawned like mass comment. There's not an argument going on. There's just disbelief that this is a thing, and I have to agree. Like I would never have thought that this is a.
I wouldn't have either until I
never thought this would be the most divisive poll we've had on this stream.
I know, right?
Is who puts ketchup on a hot dog? Normally there's like, you know, somebody picks yet no nerd or something, you know, and then you got those idiots. But you know, then you got like, you know, this whole ketchup on a hot dog debate
flooding in for that, and
and the chat's still going.
And I mean, to me, I could care less, but it's just a quote unquote rule that I've heard of for years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I was just told it once. I get told it all the freaking time.
Never have I heard this rule. And obviously Del Griffith, who lives in the same city as I do, has not heard it either.
Well, it might, like I said, you might be
could
right.
Be a regional thing.
Regional. I mean, in New York and Chicago, it might be. No, you
could be a regional thing.
I don't know.
Yeah. I've never heard anybody I've heard people that don't like ketchup on hot dogs, but I've never heard of anybody who just stands up and goes, "You don't put ketchup on a hot dog."
Oh man, I hear that.
Like it's like you're breaking the law or something like that. That I've never heard of.
Some people that are like diehard, hardcore, like see you with like ketchup on there, and they just start making fun of you.
Yeah, that I've never heard.
It's really weird.
That's
like, who
cares?
New. They're having the hot dog. Let them enjoy it. You know, like what's the big deal? But then I just always find it funny, so that's why I always ask people, like, so what do you have on your hot dog? You know, I just for shits and giggles, I'd like to know. But damn, I didn't think it would cause this much shit. Sorry, guys.
We have Destination Dogs. This is Shadowcaster. Destination Dogs signature toppings named after U.S. cities. You know what, Shadowcaster? If you're ever out this way, you need to try a Polish boy.
Oh yeah,
that's actually hot. I've been meaning to take Harmack to get one. It's not what you think it is. Actually, a sort of hot dog here. Google it. Just Google Cleveland Polish boy. Hopefully, you'll get the right thing.
There's also a thing.
I can get you a link if you want one.
There's a thing around here called the Depression Dog, which is what they put on during the Depression. It was cheese, relish, onion, pickle. And I guess
can't
it
do
was
the relish,
relatively
man.
cheap.
Can't do the relish.
I'm sure if you were fucking hungry as hell, you would.
Nope. I could be drunker than shit, and if you put a pickle on that sandwich, I'll spit it out.
I guarantee you, if you're starving, your body will say, "I'll eat it."
No, I'm telling you, I've been drunker than anything, and I've eaten like a cheeseburger that had a pickle on it, and I'm like,
No, you're confusing drunk with starving. I said starving, not drunk.
I guess if I was starving, yeah.
Different things. Your body will crave it eventually. It's just it'll see it and just be like, "I want that," because you're so hungry. That's why they call it a depression dog. It was relatively cheap, and it had, like I said, it just had just the normal condiments on it. But yeah, it was.
I gotta get to the rest of these, Harmack. Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Last time I had Steve's Hot Dogs, he took me to dinner and a movie first. Wow, that was, you guessed it, TP Poker.
Hello, TP.
Del Griffith argues it's still a Harmackopedia.
It's not.
It's got to be 100% against everything. By my house, TP Poker says they have a cheese ravioli pizza. Dude, that sounds good.
That sounds
really good.
Oh.
Del Griffith, ketchup on eggs, disgusting. I agree. Yeah. I just don't like eggs though. I could go for some ravioli actually.
Same here. Damn. That's
a rule similar is you don't go ass to mouth. Is that about the hot dog rule?
I guess, yeah. Oh, the rule about Polish boys.
They sell all kinds of Polish boys at those hot dog stands. That's what I know. Del Griffith knows what those are. And then TP Poker says, "LOL. Try a Polish boy. No, I'd rather try a Polish girl."
Nice.
TP Poker. All
Very
right,
good.
Our very last, let's talk about before we end things here.
Sure, what do we got?
That came in was Scales175 wants us to talk about Sasha Banks winning the women's championship on Raw this past Monday. Let me guess, you did not watch it.
Oh no, I actually did watch that.
You watched Raw Monday?
Parts of it. I was just watching the highlights.
A lot of people had issue with this. I did not. I'm curious to see what like other fans of it thought.
To be perfectly honest, I didn't. I really didn't have a problem with it. I thought, it. I think it works. I think she deserves it. I mean, shit, she's only been injured and shit forever and keeps coming back and is trying really hard and has actually been doing really well lately. I think she kind of deserves it. I mean, what the hell? Charlotte's busy getting her 700th facelift. So
no, she's getting her boobs fixed or something.
Oh, for Christ's sake, she's just going to end up being a walking automaton. It's eventually going to happen.
I actually thought that yeah, I know but she's getting them fixed.
She's going to end up looking like fucking Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers, God.
She is. I mean, seriously, she won't be able to spell. She'll be like this. I'm going to come down there and kill you.
Well, they're not doing their face, they're doing her boobs.
No, but she's done her face also. If you've looked, she
has had facial surgery. You're right.
I mean, come on. Look at her in the past when she was natural. She was really cute. Now she's just looking all plasticky.
Scales in particular says the way she won. I don't have a problem with it. A lot of people did. The only reason people had a problem with it is because she won via a ring countout. It wouldn't have been such a problem if they didn't already do that earlier in the show when right. Nia Jax, I hate to bring her up with Poker around, but Nia Jax and what's her name got into it, Baszler.
Was it Baszler? Yes,
Baszler.
It was, yes.
And then they got a count out earlier. It wouldn't have been bad, but the way they did this, I thought was fine. They basically it was going to be Sasha Banks and Asuka one-on-one, no bullshit, no Bayley interference. If anybody interfered, then the other person automatically won. So of course Bayley comes out, and then Asuka's tag team partner, Kairi Sane, chased her to the back, got her out of there. That made sense. They had a really good match, like an NXT quality match that I really enjoyed. It was
they're both really good workers.
It was a really good match. So my only question would be this: the Titantron comes on, and then you see like Bailey beating up Kairi Sane. The only thing they didn't explain is why the Tron came on. Like who ordered that and why would they do it? What they should have done is basically had Bailey like have a cameraman back there and she's beating the shit out of the cameraman and saying turn this on, you know.
Yeah, but this is one of those other WWE things, you know, their motto shouldn't be, forever. It should be speaking of different subjects.
Well,
you know, it's like you get into one thing, it might have something similar to the subjects going on, but has nothing to do with the match.
Right. And again, I can harp on that, but the way they did it was they basically had Bailey beating the shit out of Kairi Sane. She was throwing her up against the wall, basically like concussing her, and then she's screaming like bloody murder for Asuka to come help her. So the plot they were trying to tell was that Asuka was conflicted: do I help my friend or sacrifice the title opportunity and not win the belt? And so she went and helped her friend, and I thought that actually made sense. And then Sasha got the count out victory.
See, and the way
I don't have a problem with that.
Now that can make a really, because I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Sasha and Bailey are tag team champs too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing a hell of a job right now. That's the one good thing they're getting right is they've actually got a good. They're dominating.
That would be good. So she goes to rescue friend. Now they'll both wrestle for the tag team champs.
They already have them. They have all the belts right now.
No. I'm saying Kairi Sane and Asuka.
No, Kairi's gone. She's leaving. She's going back to Japan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's how they wrote her off TV. Is they had her to go through this injury thing, but at the same time, it was a good way to give Sasha the belt without making some shenanigans.
Yeah, so. No, it really was, but I just didn't know they were doing that because she was going back. I didn't know that.
Yep. Oh. So yeah, skills about the way she won and the answer to your question, I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was done fine.
Yeah, I mean they've done
Vince Russo booking,
write someone off.
Little Vince Russo booking a little bit, but wasn't that bad. It was good.
Sometimes you like a little schmaltz.
I like the strong booking of finally Sasha and Bailey don't look like a joke. They actually look very credible, and they're having better matches than the men right now, which is even crazier to think.
And their mic skills have gotten a lot better too.
Yeah.
I never thought Bailey would be very good on the mic, but damn, she's gotten.
I never thought I'd really care about Bailey again until she's just a straight up bitch now, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and that fits her well. I mean, at first I really wasn't. I'm like, she comes out like remember back when the crowds were still there, and she first came out with the haircut, and she cuts down her wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing guys. She knocks them down, and I'm like, okay, but it was like. She didn't know how to be a badass yet. And so it wasn't working. And I wasn't really buying into it at all. But now it's like she's really kind of perfected the craft. And now she's realized
they're doing fine. Look, here's the thing. It's like, okay. And I know
I'm saying she improved.
I know you got people out there that are like, well, wrestling sucks right now. It's not great. It's not fantastic. Anywhere you look, AEW really isn't interesting to me either.
No, but they're doing the best they can.
NXT is where it's at right now. If you're not watching NXT, then I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Missing out big time.
But the thing is that they have to admit to themselves we have not built new stars. We have no one that is Cena quality right now. So they're in building mode right now, and unfortunately in building mode, you have to wait until there's a breakout star. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. It's a McMahon problem. The writing has been shoddy. The booking was terrible, but they're slowly improving it right now. I'm not saying that they're perfect. They still do a lot of stupid shit, but we're in the middle of a pandemic where everything sucks.
Damn it.
We're in the middle of a pandemic where everything sucks. Let's just try to find something nice out of something that you like, and let's not just tear it down all the time. That's my feeling on it. I try.
No,
not everything. I'm not defending everything they do. Not everything they do is good. I don't know why Dolph Ziggler's in the main event, but
yeah, Dolph has still got pull though. I think, and people still like him. I still like Dolph. I think he's a hell of a good wrestler. So
you're not supposed to like. I mean, the way he's been built is.
I know.
I
know, like a fucking idiot. I know.
Yeah.
But I still like him as a wrestler though, and as a person, he's fucking hilarious.
Yep. So Scales, I hope I answered your question. I'm very. Let's see. Let's go to the chat here real quick. Charlotte is getting a third tit.
She's gonna be that chick from fucking Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Those are my first boobs I ever saw.
Del Griffith, their motto should be sleepy time. You can't please Del Griffith. You just can't.
He's a grump.
Del Griffith is stuck in '98, which, you know what? Hey, that's the best time. That was the best time for wrestling. If you want to keep your head there, that's fine. But you know what?
Well, the only reason that it was the best time, and this proves my point to everything, you have competition, you have to innovate. He doesn't have competition right now, really.
Yeah.
Well, why innovate?
I've tried to get Del Griffith to watch NXT, and he doesn't.
Oh, you got to, man. It is so much better. Seriously, it's night and day as far as I'm concerned.
Bailey with the face like Mike Piazza's catcher's mitt. God. Let's see. Shadowcaster, I'm a very casual fan. I was just watching SmackDown. SmackDown's hit or miss. Even Raw's hit or miss, but like NXT has been on par lately. The thing about NXT though, because you asked Shadowcaster if NXT is legit, you have to think of a different type of. It's more like technical wrestling and less like sports entertainment. If you like sports entertainment bits where there's a lot of backstage shit, a lot of like, in the ring drama, promos and stuff, you don't get a whole lot of that with NXT. You do get promos and everybody is legit. The moves are everybody there, like you can see that they're trying because they're all newer wrestlers that they're trying to make it big. The champ right now is a guy named Keith Lee. This is a dude.
This dude's awesome.
What does he weigh? Like almost 300 pounds. He's a big dude.
300. I bet you 320, 330 easy.
And he's doing flips like a 90-pound person.
Yeah.
And you would never believe it until you see this guy do it. He is the perfect champ right now. So if you like the athleticism, I would honestly tell you to watch NXT. You can flip over to AEW or DVR it, and you might, Jericho's over there. Dean Ambrose is over there. There's a few guys over there that are decent. But I don't know. I just never really get.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they do have good matches over there. I don't really care about their roster too much, if that makes any sense.
They've been slowly adding and removing certain people over time, so it's slowly getting a little better. Not by much though, but they're definitely trying to improve.
If you like the athleticism,
It's really hard to do.
If you like the athleticism, I would definitely watch NXT.
Oh yeah,
the matches there are just perfect. Even the women's matches are great. Men's matches are great. I
haven't seen an NXT that I've hated yet.
No, neither really have I. And Triple H runs that division, so there's like barely any McMahon involvement. So there's not a lot of bullshit.
You could tell it's a younger person-driven show. When you look at McMahon's, it's like you're going back into the '80s.
Yeah. Again, you have to go into the mode of you're not going to see like John Cena show up there. You're not going to see any of the main roster. Some of the main roster people do show up from time to time, but you're not going to see much of that. You have to get invested into this new roster, and then you end up starting to like these guys, and then they graduate, so to speak, and they go up to the other shows where they usually get buried.
Yeah, and they're huge in NXT, and then Vince doesn't like it, so they get buried.
Just
and
ask Aleister Black what he's doing right now, or Ricochet.
Yeah, or exactly.
Ricochet.
I mean, that's the shit that makes me laugh. Is that I always kind of joke with some people that watch wrestling. I go, never in my life did I think going from the minors to the majors would be considered a demotion.
Some people go back to NXT because they prefer that environment. They prefer that style. Some people, Finn Balor went back because he preferred to just do straight wrestling. It's really good. I would give it a shot, man. I really would. Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't want to, that's fine. Don't go out of your comfort zone or anything.
I'm sorry. Del Griffith also liked the new generation era, the 2000s era. Sorry.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
I know a few big names, but I checked out when Lesnar and Big Show broke the mat on SmackDown. Really hardcore fan as a kid. My grandpa. You know, it's the same thing with me, dude. I watched wrestling with my grandpa in the 80s, and that kind of drew me. I watched it during the 80s. I fell out of it, and then I came back around the time the NWO was big, like everyone else did in the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it in the 80s. My dad was into it, and me and my brother ended up getting into it, and we really knew the roster well. I mean, you know, we didn't have cable or anything, and it was just usually that, like, what was it, Sunday Morning Superstars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that they'd play, and like the real good ones were like the Saturday Night's Main Event. When those would happen, my dad would let us stay up late and watch it, and you know, eventually that we became such a fan, he took us. I remember the first time I went to see it, it was with Hulk Hogan, and this is so back in the day when you know how nowadays they got that like scaffold lighting going on and all that shit. This back then, it just had like literally one light in the middle of the ring.
Mhm.
It was just, that was it. And it was still, I was still in awe, just like, oh my God, I'm actually here. And you know, you could hear them hit the mat and shit. It was so cool. And I was hooked. But then, yeah, just like you, I kind of, by about 90, 89, 90, I kind of fell out of it. Really wasn't paying attention until a buddy of mine started getting into it. And we got back into it about 96,
yes,
97.
the new generation era, which I was mistaking. I said it was 2000. I meant 93 to 97, which Del Griffith said he watched. But dude, I've watched some of the new generation era. I think it's worse than what we have now. I don't think it was better.
They were very, very cartoonish. I mean, it was really bad.
Come on, the gobbledygook wasn't the gobbledygooker during the new generation era. They don't get shit.
You had the gobbledygooker. You had the garbage can guy. I forgot his name.
The dumpster Drosy.
The dumpster Drosy. You had Doink the clown. Though I thought Doink was cool too. Even to this day, Doink was just, I thought, hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had really kind of like before Hardcore Holly became Hardcore Holly, he was Sparkplug Holly.
Sparkplug.
It was just like he was supposed to be like this race car driver. I mean, hell, you even had Kane coming out as the bad dentist guy. The hell was his name? Dr. Yankum or something.
Isaac
like that.
Yankum.
Isaac Yankum.
Yeah.
It was Kane playing Isaac Yankum, and it didn't work at all. I mean, so yeah, they were really cartoonish, and luckily when WCW started becoming a threat, that's when things started to change, and that's when it became really fun.
I really missed that era. Like that was the one time I would actually.
That's because it was honest to God competition. Both sides were really trying to up their game.
I would flip back and forth at the end. I was flipping back and forth. Yep.
So was I. And I mean, now
I don't do that on Wednesdays now.
Yeah, now there's no competition at all. Yep. So nothing changes. And this is why having a monopoly on a market sucks, especially for something like wrestling, because the times do change. But because you're an owner of a company and you just want to stick with what works, you don't want to change. But then you start getting fans pissed off because they've changed, but now they feel like they're watching the past. And it's like, So, you know, eventually it'll change. But right now, just when you got Vince running it, Vince is kind of old, out of touch, you know. I mean, that's why when you go and watch NXT, you got Triple H, younger guy, more our age.
And William Regal's the freaking commissioner over there. If you remember William Regal, he's the commissioner on that show.
But I mean, you know, but you can tell that Triple H is definitely more in touch with what the crowd wants to see. He's just because he's a younger guy, you know, he pays more attention. You know, Vince doesn't really care anymore. You know, Vince thinks the new music that's played nowadays sucks. You know, and you know,
I think the new music played nowadays sucks, but that's beyond
a lot of it. Yeah, true. But no, that's I think what. I think that's where it all kind of comes down to, you know, it's definitely the age. I mean, the man's pushing, 78 years old.
I think he's old. Yeah, he's up there.
About in his upper 70s. And it's just, look.
Triple H is like in his 40s, dude. He's not an old fart now. I mean, if you're calling us all old farts.
Triple H is 3 years older than I am.
Yeah, he's like
46.
he's mid 40s.
Yeah, he's 3 years older than me. He was born in 74 or 73. So he's not that old. So he's really still in touch with today.
I mean, if he was in Generation X, Generation X was, around our age.
X was 1975 to 1982.
Yeah, it's our age.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I think, he's just, when you watch NXT, you can definitely tell it's more crowd friendly. They cater to the crowd more. And whereas if you go with something that Vince controls, it's basically just shut up and take what I show you kind of attitude. Because Vince, though he is a genius, I'm not going to lie about that. And the guy's really smart businessman. But nowadays, that just isn't enough to hold a crowd anymore. It's just not. People want to be entertained, yes, but they don't want to see the same boring shit over and over again, which Vince seems to like to do.
In short skills, there's the answer to your question.
Yeah.
and with that, unfortunately, I gotta go. It's time to. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. So this
is gonna be the doctor. Bend over, sir.
No, I ain't that kind of appointment. Not that kind of appointment.
You say that now until they tell you to do it.
No, I gotta get some blood work done tomorrow. At some point in the morning. I don't know.
Some butt work tomorrow? What?
Not butt work. God, I hope not. I'm sorry, you said blood? No. Butt work.
No, butt work. Butt work. I had to fast for this? Yeah, so you wouldn't shit on my hand.
I'll jump on PSN for a little while. I don't know. I don't know when Harmack is. Harmack's got to go.
No, I'm going to go drink with the wife.
Yeah.
We're going to go watch some Nerd. And then I'm hitting the hay kind of early tonight, man. It's been a long freaking week. So.
But I will tell you that we'll be back on Monday, streaming live from 8:30 p.m. It's when I go on until 10. And then excuse me. And then Harmack takes over from 10 o'clock until midnight, so you can catch us for about a 4-hour block there, almost, roughly, give or take. If Harmack plays until 12:30.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And then next Friday, we'll do another State of the Streams. Depends on if you have a topic that you want us to talk about, we'll talk about it.
Let us know. Yeah, let us know.
I had another topic, but we just got too carried away with the let's talk about, so we'll maybe table that. I want to see how this week goes. This part of it to do with the topic is. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And if you haven't done so yet, please give us a follow. And for all the bits that people gave tonight, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you as always. That definitely helps us out, and it's much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Yes.
But all right, guys, have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Remember, no ketchup on the hot dogs. Good
And
night.
you can go F yourself with that ketchup comment.
Yeah, let's hope to sneak that in before you hit the.
Later, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
No ketchup.